throw here. Stands back near his own end zone, fires it out, and Gorkhuber's got it! He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way! Oh my goodness! This is going to... State football tournament. Now here is a pitch. Snidey gets it. He'll go down in the backfield. Oh, here by Hadley Marty. Now a play in the middle, again pushed over. Monticello getting a little tentative here. Schlichting will push it. And frequently becomes scoring chances for the team taking the corner. This one is bent in, a header, and it's off the goal post and in. Okay, yeah, so we must have had Ellie Meyer the previous one. So Abby Haig going to play it out, and here comes St. Cloud getting behind the defense here. Longnecker trying to make the shot. Now Madeline Lewis is battling Brecklin Ellingson, and here's a possible odd man rush up the left side. Here's a shot and a goal. Ready to head down the runway here. High and then
in the gym. Monticello here getting ready to go on a run here, down 11 for the Cardinals here. It'll be super important to take care of the basketball.
3 by Evink is good, and Ellie Hommelvig has the defensive rebound for the Cardinals. Now off to Hennessy, then straight on 3 by Helscher. That doesn't go, and a good box out there as the Cardinals' Miles Gray gets the rebound. Ahead to Roderick, then out to Mason Witt, who
pulls this out over this last minute.
Yep, and now a pass gets tipped. Could be another flush. There it is. Our play-by-play tonight originates from Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. For the Alexandria Boys Hockey team, the penultimate game of the 2025-26 regular season. This matchup between the Cardinals and Detroit Lakes closes out Alexandria's Central Lakes Conference schedule. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, they're hoping to seek win number 8 in the CLC this year. Only 2 defeats in 9 games for Detroit Lakes, but one of those was at Alexandria back in the middle part of December. It should be a fun matchup tonight. Both teams have been playing well as we transitioned out of January and into February. We look forward to bringing you the coverage on our platforms tonight, including Leighton Media, KXRA Alexandria, and also through the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel that you can access from our website, voiceofalexandria.com. The varsity matchup between the Alexandria Cardinals and the Detroit Lakes Lakers should be getting underway right on time at 7 o'clock here in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. We welcome you to our Jutner Motors pregame show. I am DMAC Dave McClurg. Let me introduce the other people that are helping to make our broadcast possible, including our KXRA radio studio engineer. That is Steve D, back at Master Control at KXRA Radio. On site here at Kent Freeman Arena, we have our videographer, J.P. Boline, doing the video streaming on our YouTube channel. And the people that will describe tonight's game include myself and my broadcast partner, Jeff James. Jeff, good evening to you, and it should be a good matchup tonight. This is the 7th of 7 regular season events that we have featured the Alexandria Boys Hockey team. And I will say this, we have picked out some quality opponents for Alexandria to face on the schedule, and Detroit Lakes is in that group as well.
Absolutely. This is a Detroit Lakes team that's coming in pretty hot. I mean, they've won 10 of their last 12. Haven't lost a lot in January or February yet, so I think 3 times total in those the little part that we have in February. But in Alexandria, I believe is really kind of finding their way here now since getting the old monkey off their back with the section win finally, and looking ahead towards section. So yeah, this should be a dandy of a game.
Yeah, Detroit Lakes and Alexandria have not played for basically about 7 weeks or so. I want to say it was Tuesday, December 16th, somewhere in that neighborhood. that the Cardinals and the Lakers played. I know for Alexandria, it was part of a varsity doubleheader that night at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. And Alexandria did defeat Detroit Lakes in both girls hockey and boys hockey that night. The gentlemen's game was much tighter than the ladies' game.
Right.
I think Alexandria prevailed in the boys' matchup by a final of 3-2. And it is interesting. I don't know if it's something that's developing in this new CLC rivalry between Alexandria and Detroit Lakes, but the home team in this series has held home ice very well. Yeah. Alexandria is 2-0 at home against Detroit Lakes since the Lakers came into the Central Lakes Conference last school year. And, of course, we were here in December of 2024 when Detroit Lakes hosted Alexandria for the first time as conference rivals, and we saw a Laker victory that night. Hopefully we envision something else here this evening.
Yeah, it'd be nice to take one out of this barn, right? I mean, these kids have all played in here a lot during youth hockey, but you know what? You defend your home turf a little bit harder than when you go on the road. I mean, it pumps you up. You're in front of your fans, and I'm not sure if they'll have a senior night thing here or not tonight, but those big time things usually mean a lot too. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I guess. Alex, I was at the showcase when this game happened last time, but I think I came in and we were down in that game, and then came roaring back in that game.
Actually, it was.
Or was it the other way around?
It was the other way around. We built a 3-0 lead. I think it was 2-0 after one, and then the Cards tacked on a second period goal, and then Detroit Lakes made a serious push in the third period. I think scored twice, and I think Dr. Landon Olson will kind of reference that in our next segment. But Alec won that one by a 3-2 score. One of the rare December games where the Cardinals got out on top.
Well, that's kind of why I went that way. But yeah, so you'll want Alexandria again to come out really buzzing at the beginning here.
Yeah, it should be a fun matchup. Again, both Alexandria and Detroit Lakes have been playing well. I believe the Cardinals have won 5 of their last 6 overall, and as JJ mentioned, Detroit Lakes has been on a serious roll as of late.
They've been at a tear.
One of their few blemishes was to the Central Lakes Conference champion Sartell Sabres, as Detroit Lakes was down in Sartell late last week, and the Sabres came through with a victory there.
Yeah, you look at their 2 losses, recently at least. It's War Road and Sartell. Those aren't two bad teams to chalk up losses to.
Yeah, no doubt. And so the Lakers have one more regular season tune-up for Detroit Lakes. The seeding meeting in Section 8A will take place tomorrow, and Coach Ben Noah is hoping his team could get as high as a number 2 seed. The Lakers have never been seeded higher than 3rd in a very challenging Section 8A, which has last year's state champion East Grand Forks as part of the section. My thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage, helping to bring you our broadcast of high school play-by-play. Tonight it's varsity boys hockey from Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes. Special thanks to Jartner Motors for being the presenting sponsor of our pregame show. We're going to take our first break during our Jartner Motors pregame. When we return to Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, you'll hear my conversation with Dr. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals. But right now on our platforms, we enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Welcome back to Kent Freeman Arena with more of our Jutner Motors pregame show. Our pregame coaches' comments are brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. Joining me right now is the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal Boys Hockey team, Dr. Landon Olson. Prior to tonight's game at Kent Freeman Arena, it's the last regular season conference game for the Cardinals as they match up against the Detroit Lakes Lakers. Landon, I know your team's coming off a nice win over in Sauk Rapids over the weekend. I think that ended up being the most explosive scoring game this year, but how would you describe the win against Sauk Rapids Rice on Saturday?
Yeah, it was a great win for our team for a lot of different reasons. One, I got a lot of goals, ended up with 8. Pucks were going in that haven't gone in throughout the season so far. But it was a really just emotional win where we battled back. We gave up the lead, got the lead, but we just never quit. It was super emotional. Just really proud of how the team played on Saturday.
You know, I've seen your team frequently throughout the year, and that's one of the qualities that I've seen them is that they show a lot of grit. And I know that there were some games early in the year where it seemed like they were battling from behind in a lot of those games, but yet they never give up till the final horn. And was it fun to kind of see some of that grit pay dividends on the ice on Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we do have a lot of grit in our locker room, and sometimes that doesn't always come out as victories, but to see how we handled ourselves on Saturday, how we responded, just some little things that we did. It was just big, and hopefully it catapults us in the right direction. We've been playing really well right now. We're, 5-1 in our last 6, and it's a good time to get hot. So hopefully that stays.
What are some of the reasons why your team has hit the late season surge as it has? Is it seeing good play in all 3 areas of the ice? Is it goaltending? Is it finishing off shots? How would you describe the last 6-game stretch or so?
All those, right? We're playing well in our D zone, but we're really getting in hard on the forecheck. We got beat by Brainerd a couple weeks ago. We had a pretty good heart-to-heart in the locker room after the game. And kind of just challenged the team a little bit on where we want to go, where we want to be. And that Wednesday was the best practice of the year by far. Had really good intensity, really good speed, really good focus. And that stayed. We talked about how that needs to be our standard, and every day we've been elevating since then.
Landon, when you had that heart-to-heart, if you will, after the loss up at Brainerd, was it primarily the coaches leading it, or did some of your senior leaders, such as your captains, also help to lead that?
It was a good combination. We talked about the things we've done really well lately, or up until that point, but then Adam came in, and his contribution to it was how much we've been underachieving. We know what type of team we have. We know the talent we have in this room and what our expectations are, and we haven't met that. And so he was a big vocal point on that. On this is what we need to do, and now it's up to you guys to do it. Do we want to be known as an underachieving team or somebody who climbs to the top? And and then some of our seniors, our captains, all three of them, kind of stepped up and talked about what their expectations are for these next 3.5 weeks, and everybody's answered the bell.
Landon, your team is getting set to meet Detroit Lakes. I know that Ben Noah's team has been playing pretty well itself. I think I want to say 11-1 or 11-2 in the last 12, 13 games or so. But obviously they're hitting their stride. But one of the Lakers' losses was in Alexandria back in December. What do you recall about that victory at the Prime West Health RCC?
Yeah, I remember we came out hard, and we, I think we got up 3-1 on them, and then they battled back really hard in the third period, and we kind of weathered the storm there. But that was a long time ago now. Even if it wasn't, it feels like it. And so we're two completely different teams. I know we're a much different team than we were that game, and I know they are too. Like you said, I think they're 11-1, and they've been playing really well. So. We know it's going to be a battle, and that's what we expect all the time.
We are getting together here with Dr. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals Boys Hockey team, as part of our Jottner Motors pregame show. On the way in just a few minutes, you'll hear the call of Alexandria versus Detroit Lakes, live from Ken Freeman Arena in DL. Regarding this head-to-head matchup, Landon, what do you feel are some of the essentials or points that you'll emphasize with your players in these minutes leading up to the game?
Yeah, one, slowing down their top line and their top 2D. Those 5 players put a lot of pucks in the net, a lot of points, and really their team goes through them. So if we can eliminate their chances, and that's going to be a big plus for us. But on our side of it, really maintaining our forecheck. We've been really moving our feet and playing a really physical, hard forecheck style, and playing with a big edge. Doing that, and then keeping our D zone really well, and those are the keys, right? Let's get our feet moving, be hard to play against, and then spread the puck out.
Very good. Landon, I know that the Section 8 AA Boys Hockey Tournament begins a week from tonight, and all 8 teams, including your Cardinals, are going to be playing in the opening round. It seems to me Moorhead's resume probably has the Spuds in line to get that number 1 spot, but I look at the last 5 teams that are listed in the QRF standings, and your team's one of those 5. Could it be a little bit of a roll of the dice as to who gets spots through 4 through 8 in this section?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I know, looking at the section stuff today, it's all based off head-to-head, and then if there's any tiebreakers, then it goes to goals for, goals against, and then all the way down, and QRF's the last thing. Unfortunately for us, QRF's the last thing. But, it really is 5 through 8. It could be anybody's game. We've all beat each other, and so we'll see what happens. Our meeting's on Saturday, and, wherever we end up, it's our own destiny, and we're going to take it, and we're going to push and put our best foot forward.
Great mindset to have. Landon, good luck to you and the Alexandria Cardinal Boys Hockey team. As always, we appreciate your time, and have a great game tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
There is Dr. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal Varsity Boys Hockey team. Our special guest is part of our pregame show. Our coach's comments feature brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. As we come to you from Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, still a few minutes away from the start of tonight's varsity boys hockey game, as Alexandria at 11-12 on the year faces Detroit Lakes, which is 15-9-1. Since these teams last played each other on December the 16th in Alexandria, the Cardinals have gone 8-8, but Alexandria is on a 3-game win streak going into tonight. And then right before that, the Cardinals split their 2 games up in northeastern Minnesota, getting a victory against Proctor and then falling to Duluth-Denfeld before the wins at home against Little Falls and Brainerd, and then the back-and-forth win against Sauk Rapids Rice on Tuesday. Detroit Lakes, since last playing at Alexandria back before Christmas, the Lakers have gone 12-5, and the loss to Sartell last Friday night down in Sartell actually snapped Detroit Lake's 6-game win streak. And right before that, the Lakers had a loss to Warroad, but then had 4 consecutive wins in front of that. So overall, the Detroit Lakes boys hockey team has been playing very, very well. 10-2 in the last 12 games. This is one of 2 matchups between the Cardinals and the Lakers going on in town tonight. About 3/4 of a mile to our east over at Detroit Lakes High School inside the Lake Shirts Fieldhouse. The Alexandria boys basketball team has its only meeting of the year against Detroit Lakes. The varsity game should be getting started in less than a half an hour from now. And then the matchup between Detroit Lakes and Alexandria that's taking place down in the 3-2-0 tonight is at Alexandria Area High School. The Lady Cards are facing Detroit Lakes in girls basketball. Matt Helscher's team trying to keep pace in the Central Lakes Conference. That win over Brainerd on Friday night puts Alexandria in a spot where the Cardinals are definitely in the running for, at the very least, a share of the Central Lakes Conference title. Coach Helscher's team has 2 CLC games remaining. One will be at Fergus Falls next Tuesday. The other is tonight at home against Detroit Lakes. My thanks to Juttner Motors for being the presenting sponsor of our pregame show. Juttner Motors will be along to sponsor the postgame report following our play-by-play from Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes. Right now on our Leighton Media platforms, including Leighton Media, KXRA Radio, and our Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel, we enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinals sports programming.
Join life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
From Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, Alexandria Cardinal Boys Hockey is on the air. As you watch on our platforms tonight, watching anyway on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel, we thank you for joining us for the traditional radio broadcast as well at KXRA on your AM dial at 1490. On your FM dial at 100.3 FM and 105.7 FM. And we're also streaming through the Voice of Alexandria app, where you can listen anywhere in the world if you've got a strong internet connection. If you are watching on our Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel, then you get the streaming audio of the KXRA broadcast blended with the video, which is being done tonight by our videographer, Leighton Media's J.P. Boulain. Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer. The Detroit Lakes Lakers boys hockey team is getting set to come onto the ice as the arena has gone dark with the exception of limited lighting and near the scoreboard itself. We will have the national anthem, and that is presented on our Leighton Media platforms, including the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel and also on KXRA Radio by Carlson Music Center. Let's introduce the starting lineups. First of all, Alamere Health brings you the starting lineups. Alexandria will have senior goaltender Brady Schluter between the pipes tonight. The defensive partners in front of him will include junior Rogan Anderson and senior captain Nick Schultz. The forward line that Dr. Landon Olson will have on the ice at the start tonight will be centered by freshman Harlan Ream. And then on the wings, junior Grady Olson and senior Bennett Waldorf. Alexandria comes in 6-5 in the Central Lakes Conference with an overall record of 11 wins and 12 defeats. Here is the Alamere Health starting lineup for the host Detroit Lakes Lakers. The goaltender for the Lakers tonight will be Griffin Lindberg. He is a junior. He has been the goaltender of record for the majority of the Lakers games this year. The defensive partners will include Hudson Pettit, senior captain for the Lakers. He'll be joined by junior Max Ducharme. The starting forward line for the Lakers tonight will include a sophomore and two seniors. The sophomore is Sully Broughton. He'll be on one wing. The other wing will have senior assistant captain Will Cymbaluk. He is a high scorer for Detroit Lakes. Cymbaluk is a 44-point scorer with 30 helpers this year. I believe that 44-point total leads the team in scoring. And then the line will be centered by Easton Kennedy, also a captain for Detroit Lakes. And he is the team's leading goal scorer with 25 finishes. He also has 16 assists for 41 points this year. The Lakers are coached by Ben Noah. His team is presently 7-2 in the Central Lakes Conference, 15-9-1 overall. Alexandria 6-5 in the CLC, and the Cardinals' overall record stands at 11 wins and 12 defeats. This is People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. And thanks for watching us tonight on our YouTube channel. Now the presentation of our national anthem, brought to you by Carlson Music Center of Alexandria.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Wow, that was a young kid doing that. That
Yes.
was really good.
Excellent rendition. I apologize for not doing my homework ahead of time on the young lady that was doing the national anthem, but that was tremendous.
That was really good.
And that is a very difficult song to sing. If you've ever tried to sing the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, you know what a challenge that might be. But our appreciation to Carlson Music Center in Alexandria for the presentation of the national anthem. For any and all of your music needs, including scheduling voice lessons for your sons and daughters, you can get in touch with Carlson Music Center. Visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. carlsonmusiccenter.com.
It's never an issue for me to sing it in the shower, D-Mac.
Yes, some of us sing very well when we are in enclosed spaces, but
the dogs howl along.
Right. Yes. Well, and you've got dogs that they can chime in themselves, but hopefully if they're singing along, it's only because they're hungry. So. But we are just about set. As you watch on our YouTube channel, Detroit Lakes goaltender Griffin Lindbergh will be off to our left, so Alexandria will flow right to left in this opening period. The Cardinals wearing the black jersey sweaters, black breezers, white numerals on the back and on the sleeves, and the Alexandria Cardinal logo on the front of the uniform. Detroit Lakes with the large D on the front of the jersey. Red numerals on the sleeves and on the back of the Lakers uniforms, white jerseys and the red breezers. First shot of the game comes from Grady Olson, and his shot is saved, and now the puck will get cycled around. Couple of notables here. Alexandria will use 11 forwards tonight. Aaron Anderson, unfortunately, unavailable this evening. And also Aiden Schneiderhan is not dressing for tonight's game. Hopefully we'll see him back very soon. But into the lineup as part of the rotation, junior Avery Peterson for Alexandria will be one of the 6 blue liners available for Dr. Landon Olson and assistant coaches Adam Olson and Dusty Clarquist. Now the puck back into the Alexandria end, and the Cardinals will send it ahead. Up to neutral ice as Evan Klimek will send it forward. And now the Cardinals try to keep it in. Klimek, Miles Breitzman, and Brody Berg help to form a forward line here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Now the puck gets cycled around, and we're going to have a stoppage here as a faceoff will be coming up outside of the Detroit Lake zone. Alexandria now bringing on the Reed Putnam, Owen Klimek, Will Thornburg forward line. Owen Klimek will battle for the draw against the Lakers' Lawson Justison. Justison, Henry Olson, and Carter Whitworth, part of a forward line here for the Lakers. Now the puck played out of the zone. Detroit Lakes will come into the Alexandria end as Henry Olson carries it. Now tries to dish it to Justison, who tried to bring it out front. Detroit Lakes will keep it along the perimeter, and now a scramble, and the puck is pushed back out to neutral ice here, and Detroit Lakes will get back onside and will play the puck in to the Alexandria end. Glenwood State Bank brings you our scoreboard updates this evening, and right now no scores were just early on in tonight's game at Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes. Now back to play. It is Connor Wang for Alexandria. He and Will Draper are the forwards on the ice right now. The defensemen forwards on the ice include, I see Harlan Reams stepping back in, now joined by Will Thornburg. So it might be the gradual changing of the line to Will Thornburg, Owen Klimek, and Reed Putnam. Now the puck played back into the Detroit Lakes end as Alexandria will change personnel here. The Lakers will carry it out of their zone and play it up to neutral ice. Pass gets intercepted here by Ream. Ream will now play it over to Grady Olson. His shot from the left side, and the glove save is taken by Griffin Lindbergh, the junior goaltender for Detroit Lakes.
Shots have found their way to the net here early for Alexandria, D-Mac, and I'm going to make a call. I think there's going to be some goals scored in this game because both of these teams seem to like to get up and transition hockey.
Yep, and we can kind of share the keys to the game. Again, brought to you by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. For the Alexandria Cardinals, keep the feet moving, finish off the checks, and gain that advantage in the offensive zone that can lead to some scoring opportunities. Ben Noah would like to see the outcome of this game be a little bit different than the one down in Alexandria when his team fell behind 3-0 and ultimately rallied to make it a one-goal game, but Detroit Lakes could never get the game even, so Coach Noah feels that scoring first in this game will be a key for his team to have success. Now the Lakers work the puck in, and
delayed penalty here.
Yep, on the Detroit Lakes Lakers, and now a touch-up, and the Alexandria Cardinals will get the first power play of the night.
It's going to be a trip.
Yeah, and we're waiting to see. I believe it's going to be the Lakers' Sully Broughton, who will get the gate at 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the first period.
You know what? You know what's funny?
What's that?
Not last summer, but the summer before, Landon and myself played golf with Sully and his dad over in Fargo.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I
didn't even realize he was playing on the varsity team.
How was his golf game that day?
He is a fantastic golfer, and they had quite the golf team that year, too.
Well, Detroit Lakes has some... First year in the Central Lakes Conference last spring, the Lakers won the boys and girls Central Lakes Conference championships, so we are well aware of the quality of golf that takes place here in the Detroit Lakes area. Of course, we've got some pretty darn good golfers in the Alexandria community as well. Let's not sell ourselves short. Now Alexandria on the power play. Owen Klimek tried to fire at the net, and that got blocked. It's Owen Klimek along with Grady Olson, Connor Wang on the ice. You've also got Harlan Ream out for part of the power play here. Now a pass goes to the right side. Here's a shot whistled wide off the stick of Will Thornburg. Will Thornburg, by the way, an excellent golfer in his own right. So good to get the opportunity to cover multi-sport athletes for both of these teams. Detroit Lakes clears the puck. Alexandria still has about a minute remaining in the power play. Connor Wang will skate into the offensive zone, gets met along the wall. Now Owen Klimek has the puck. He's going to slide it over into the direction of Wang. Wang has it. Now he's going to send it, and a one-timer by Harlan Ream gets deflected over into the right corner. Now a puck goes behind the net. Owen Klimek will feed it out front for Ream, and that pass got tipped by Detroit Lakes and sent back to neutral ice. We're almost 5 minutes into this opening period. Still no score. Alexandria has about a half minute remaining in the power play. Nick Schultz back to play the puck here for Alexandria. Lead pass goes ahead to Connor Wang. Now Wang has it in deep. He's going to look to play it around into the direction of Brody Berg. Detroit Lakes is going to clear it the other way. This one will be slowed up by the goaltender Brady Schluter. Now a lead pass up to center ice. Tipped back in by Evan Klimek here. Now redirected by Detroit Lakes. Only a handful of seconds now remaining on Alexandria's power play. Here comes Nick Schultz in, and he'll look to drop it off. It gets intercepted. Detroit Lakes will bring it back the other way. Bauer Walter trying to play it ahead, but now a pass got intercepted on the clearing attempt. That led to a shot for Henry Olsen, and he whistled it over the net. Now a battle for the puck along the left wall in the Alexandria zone. The Cardinals will cycle it around into the direction of Brody Berg. Now it's going to come back across. And now Alexandria looking to break out. Here is Nick Schultz sending it ahead to one of his fellow captains, that being Evan Klimek. Now a clearing pass knocked down at center ice by Schultz. He's going to drop it off to Owen Klimek. And now the pass intended to go back to Schultz gets broken up. Now it's played along the right wall, and Detroit Lakes will clear it the other way. And we're going to have icing on the Lakers. Stopping play with 10:42 to go, and on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, the Lakers and the Alexandria Cardinals remain scoreless.
Yeah, both of these teams got good size as well, so it's been a tad bit physical here a little bit. I mean, they're just kind of feeling out the game here so far early on.
Brody Bender is the one that will look to take the face-off for the Lakers against I believe it's Owen Klimek for Alexandria. And off the faceoff, here's a shot by defenseman Rogan Anderson. And that, I believe, got steered away by the goaltender Lindberg. I made an emphasis on Brody's last name because I did a mistyping on the line chart comparison. I put it as Nender. It is not Nender, but rather Bender. So that's, I did not proofread before I hit the print button earlier today. Now the puck carried by Connor Wang into the offensive zone. He'll look to center for teammate Reed Putnam, and the centering pass got broken up. Now it's going to be played into the corner. The Lakers will look to send it out of the zone, and it will come out. Connor Wang will look to work it ahead, but now it gets played back to the Alexandria end. Now Brolin McPhail will send it over to Grady Olson. Now it's going to come up to Will Thornburg. Thornburg tries to weave his way through, but he got tied up in the slot area. Detroit Lakes coming back the other way with their captain Easton Kennedy, and he lost the handle. Now Connor Wang has it, and he'll send it up toward the blue line to Harlan Ream, and then across the blue line ahead to Grady Olson, and now he'll slide the puck back into the Lakers zone. Still no scores. We played 7.5 minutes of the first period here at Ken Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes. Along with videographer J.P. Boleen and my broadcast partner Jeff James, this is DMAC, Dave McClurg, bringing you the play-by-play. The Lakers tried to center a pass in front, and it got intercepted by Alexandria, sent the other way by Harlan Ream. Now defenseman Bauer Walter will go back to play it for the Lakers. Detroit Lakes offense has been quiet in the early minutes of this game, still having yet to get a shot on goaltender Brady Schluter. Now we've got a shot by Nick Schultz that got whistled wide, and then off the back wall, a weird bounce, and the goaltender Lindberg decided he would smother the puck, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Detroit Lake zone.
Alexandria's done a heck of a job at just taking away passing lanes, because DL's had some offensive zone time, but Alexandria is doing a really, really good job of applying some pressure down there.
Face off to the left of the goaltender Lindberg, and it's going to be Miles Breitzman battling for the draw, but Detroit Lakes comes away with it. And now it's going to be played ahead by the Lakers. Working in hard as Lawson Justison tried to muscle his way toward the net. He got pushed back behind the net, and the Lakers were unable to center. Now a pass out. Here's a pass by defenseman Max Descharme that doesn't find its target. It goes over into the left corner. The Cardinals will try to play it out, and breaking out here, Breitzman will cross center ice. Now he'll flick the puck over into the left corner, where Evan Klimek will try to track it down for Alexandria. Still no scores. We're now a little more than midway through this first period at Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes. Now the Lakers, Carter Whitworth will cross center ice, and he'll slide the puck into the Alexandria zone as the Cardinals will look to bring it out. So far, to Alexandria's credit, they've kept a lot of the play out of their own zone. A lot of offensive zone time and some neutral ice time. Now Whitworth working the other way. He tried to weave his way through, but Connor Wang was able to deflect the puck off of Whitworth's stick. And now Wang will bring it up into the Detroit Lakes end. Now Reed Putnam is going for the puck. Detroit Lakes is going to play it back to defenseman Rhett Walter. He is a freshman, and now the Lakers will clear it the other way. Icing will be the call, and we'll have a face-off forthcoming in the Lakers zone with 7:25 remaining in a scoreless first period.
The body contact has picked up even in a little bit in the last, minute and a half here.
So far as through almost 10 minutes of the game, Alexandria has 4 shots on goaltender Griffin Lindberg. He has stopped all 4 so far. According to the scoreboard numbers, the Lakers have yet to get a shot on goaltender Brady Schluter. Now Alexandria trying to keep the puck in the Lakers zone. Detroit Lakes will send it back the other way. Connor Wang to play it here for the Lakers. Now you've got a pass that goes into the direction of Rogan Anderson. Rogan Anderson will cross center ice. He'll slide the puck into the Detroit Lakes end. And now looking to play it is Will Thornburg here for Alexandria. Now over toward Reed Putnam. Putnam pressed along the back wall here, trying to gain possession of the puck. Now it slides free. Putnam is going to slide it up the left side, and it's going to be intercepted here by Detroit Lakes. Now the Lakers trying to come through with a surge, and delayed offside on the Lakers allows Alexandria to regroup and play the puck back to neutral ice. Now a backhanded pass into the DL zone as Alexandria had to withstand a delayed offside. That allows Easton Kennedy to come the other way for Detroit Lakes. He was working up the left side with some steam. Now we've got a shot in front. Schluter able to make his first save of the night. Now it's going to be played back the other way, and we'll have an icing here on Alexandria. So face-off will be forthcoming in the Cardinals end, and that's one of the few opportunities that play will actually start in the Alexandria zone. So, Jeff, at least so far, 10-plus minutes in, I think Alexandria has done a decent job keeping play away from their own net.
They have. They have done a really good job, and you know, this scorekeeper is really tough because that wasn't an easy save by Schluter, and they still haven't given DL the shot yet.
And now we've got another save,
there we go.
And then the net came off its foundation. But yeah, I guess it's 2 to get 1 there.
That's not a goalie, Dad, and they're doing that.
Oh, right. So anyway, the official score, or the scoreboard operator here at Kent Freeman Arena, we don't want to pile on or anything like that, but he's shortchanging the Lakers goalie save, or the Cardinals goalie save so far, which would mean Lakers shots on goal. Face off to the left of the goaltender Brady Schluter, as it's Grady Olson and Will Cymbaluk battling for the possession. Cymbaluk trying to gain control over in the right corner. Alexandria is going to play it out back to neutral ice. Then Laker defenseman Hudson Pettit will send it back in. Now the Cardinals looking to work ahead. Pass comes up into neutral ice. Detroit Lakes will look to redirect it the other way. Now a pass chipped ahead into the Lakers zone, but Pettit back to play it for the Lakers. Now he'll send it over to Easton Kennedy. Kennedy trying to spin away from Harlan Ream. And now Kennedy will look to work his way up the right side, but it's kept in the Detroit Lake zone. Hudson Pettit will send it around, and now we've got a battle for possession as it comes back to neutral ice. Rogan Anderson will redirect the puck back into the Detroit Lake zone. We are now 12 minutes into tonight's game, under 5 remaining in a scoreless first period here at Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes. Brody Berg's shot got deflected away from the net. Now a battle for possession here, and the Cardinals' Rogan Anderson will fire, and that one is deflected away in traffic. Evan Klemick trying to gain control, but now the Lakers gain possession. Sully Broughton will play it up the left side. He'll slide it back in. Broughton, Will Cymbaluk, and Easton Kennedy end up being one forward line for Ben Noah's Detroit Lakes Lakers, who enter their regular season finale tonight at 15-9-1 on the year. This is game number 25 of the regular season for the Lakers. Game number 24 for the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria is 11-12. And then they've got one more game after tonight. That's at home against the Monticello Moose on Friday the 13th. Now the puck is sent around back into the Lakers' end. Reed Putnam trying to gain possession. Now Lawson Justison meets him at the wall. Justison looking to play it forward, but now Owen Klemick will send it into the corner. Now a centering attempt by Will Thornburg for Putnam gets broken up. Now it's along the right side, then sent across the ice. Now a shot by Rogan Anderson, and a save will be made by Lindberg. Now the puck down in the corner, and Alexandria will try to fire from a tough angle, and that one was deflected away. Now the puck over in the Lakers zone. Lawson Justison trying to bring it around, but Alexandria able to take it. Owen Klemick was trying to slip one toward the net. Now we've got another shot. This one will be tipped over into the corner. Alexandria gaining a lot of offensive zone time in the first 13-14 minutes of tonight's game, but like Detroit Lakes, Alexandria searching for that first goal of the game. Now we've got a pass played back into the Alexandria end as Detroit Lakes will make a line change here. Now Detroit Lakes tries to up its forecheck, and now I think we're going to get a penalty coming up here. And I believe it's going to be a cross-checking violation here.
On Carter Whitworth, it looks like.
Yep, and so Alexandria is going to get its second power play of the night. And the penalty here will be coming at 14-14 of the first period. Alexandria was not able to convert on the previous power play chance. So power play number 2 about ready to begin for Alexandria. Dr. Landon Olson will bring Owen Klimek, Harlan Ream, Bennett Waldorf, Miles Breitzman, and Nick Schultz on to start this power play. Face off to the left of the goaltender Lindbergh. Detroit Lakes wins the draw, and the Lakers will play it out of the zone. Detroit Lakes has on for penalty kill Will Simbaluk and Easton Kennedy. Hudson Pettit and Max Ducharme also on the ice as the D partners. Now the puck back into the Detroit Lake zone. About 20 seconds into this power play, Owen Klimek has it. Out to Nick Schultz, then over to Klimek. Owen Klimek across now. Here's a shot by Bennett Waldorf. That got blocked. And now a break the other way. A possible 2-on-1. Shorthanded for the Lakers. And here's a shot and a goal. Oh, Will Simbaluk was able to trigger something ahead, and he was able to feed it to Easton Kennedy. Those really are the 2 highest scorers for Detroit Lakes, and the Lakers are going to get on the board with a shorty here in the first period. It's 1-0 for Detroit Lakes.
Yeah, if you're going to give up a 2-on-1, you do not want to give it up to those 2 guys. And that's always the problem with those power plays. You get a little bit content with having the puck so much in your zone, and one block shot goes the other way.
Easton Kennedy will get the goal, and that will be his team leading 26th of the year. Will Simbaluk will be the one getting the assist. And for Will Simbaluk, it is his team leading 31st helper of the year. So Detroit Lakes, in essence, has 3 shots on goal, and one of those has come shorthanded, and that one has given Detroit Lakes a 1-0 lead. Again, Alexandria still on the power play, but Detroit Lakes able to put the puck into the Alexandria zone. Now the Cardinals looking to break out. Brody Berg, Evan Klimek, Will Thornburg, Grady Olson, and also Connor Wang on for this part of the power play. The Lakers are going to clear the puck out of the zone. Lawson Justison is going to drop it off. Kennedy, or actually it's defenseman Bauer Walter, who will come in shorthanded, and he'll feed a puck on goaltender Brady Schluter, who will end up making the save. It's interesting, JJ, Detroit Lakes has probably put as much offensive pressure on shorthanded here in the last minute of time than they were at 5-on-5 earlier in the game.
Right, they've taken advantage of opportunities, and that's what they've gotten during this power play.
So now Alexandria regains control. Still about a half minute remaining in the power play. Just over 1 minute remaining in the first period. Connor Wang tries to drop it off, but Will Thornburg had yet to cross into the offensive zone. So Alexandria has to reset. Grady Olson will look to play it ahead, and now it's going to be a battle along the wall as we move into the last minute of play. The Lakers will clear it back into the Alexandria zone. Here comes Nick Schultz up the right side as Detroit Lakes gets back to full strength. Will Simbaluk coming up the other way. Lakers get onside. Now it comes over into the direction of Rhett Walter. He's got it out near the blue line. He'll send it over toward Carter Whitworth. And now it's going to be played around. Now a centering attempt, and it goes out to the high slot area. Now a blocked shot, and it's going to be tipped the other way. Miles Breitzman trying to locate the puck here for Alexandria. Down to about 15 seconds to go here in this opening period, with the Detroit Lakers leading by a score of 1-0. And now we've got a shot, and that is going to be deflected away by Schluter. And it will go over the glass and off the netting. Whitworth took that last shot for Detroit Lakes. So now we'll have a face-off forthcoming to the right of Schluter with just 7.9 seconds to go in the first period.
And D-Mac, I thought I saw something about this earlier in the year, but Easton Kennedy he's tendered with the St. Cloud Norsemen of the NAHL, so he's going to be playing Tier 2 next year.
Excellent. And we've got a shot, I believe, by Kennedy, or maybe that was Carter Whitworth, rather. That one got deflected wide, and we reach the end of the first period here at Detroit Lakes. A play where the visitors actually had the edge in terms of offensive zone time and some other intangibles, but Detroit Lakes has the edge where it counts, and that's on the scoreboard. It's 1-0 for the Lakers. Those are the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard after one period of tonight's game. We will have our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report later tonight. I anticipate that will be coming up as we get closer to 8 p.m. in between the second and third periods. But right now on our platforms, including Leighton Media, KXRA Radio, and the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel, we'll take a timeout and we'll enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinals sports coverage.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community. As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Two of varsity boys hockey at Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes. The Lakers and the Alexandria Cardinals playing for the second time this year. Final time that they'll meet, as both go in different directions in the postseason. The Lakers will start in the Section 8A boys hockey tournament. I believe the Lakers will be at home when they begin their postseason next week. Alexandria likely will be on the road to start the Section 8 AA tournament, which will begin a week from tonight. Right now it's Detroit Lakes 1, Alexandria nothing at the end of one period of tonight's game. And Jeff James, I think we have a scenario here where I thought, you know, if you watched this game unfold, it seemed like Alexandria had a slight edge in play. Granted, no goals, but, you know, Detroit Lakes has to be feeling pretty good that they may have been slightly outplayed in this first period, but yet they've got the lead.
Yeah, I really don't think that either team can really feel bad about that first period. I mean, DL might be talking about, you know, they need a little bit more 5-on-5 pressure because their 4-on-5 pressure is really good right now. Yeah, I think they both played a pretty good period as far as taking advantage of opportunities. DL blocked a heck of a lot of shots too. So I don't think that I think the shots for DL, you know, they didn't really get off a ton of shots. They probably have 5, where I would say Alexandria probably got off at least 10 to 15 shots, but there was a lot of blocking shots down on the down on the DL defensive end. So I can't complain about Alexandria. They didn't end up in the box. They had a couple of power plays. A block shot can go back that fast. You gotta find those alleys, and DL's just done a good job at tipping, blocking shots this first period.
Do you anticipate, as the Alexandria coaches visit with their players in between this first period intermission, sometimes you get blocked shots when the shots are taken further away from the net.
Sure.
You don't get a lot of block shots when you're in closer, because usually you might be trying to body your way in to get a more favorable shooting position. But do you anticipate that as this game goes along, Alexandria might make a more concerted effort trying to get shots in closer to Griffin Lindbergh?
Yeah, and they've tried, but at least on the power plays, they've really tried. They have somebody set up on the back door, and they're really trying to look for him. But DL's kind of taken that away. So, yeah, I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, because you need one. If he gets them in, shots inside, that's going to drop, your forwards that are covering your D. They're going to come down to help, and then that's going to open up your defensemen. So, it's kind of chicken or the egg. Which one do you do first, and which one opens up which? So, I think Alexandria, they're doing a really good job. They just need to find some lanes, at least in the power play. You have to move that puck really fast, and then you have to be able to let a one-timer go. That allows those shots to get through. But if you're passing it back and forth and you're giving DL time to adjust, that's when the block shots happen.
Again, the only scoring of the first period came on a shorthanded goal by Detroit Lakes. Easton Kennedy scored it at 14:53 while Alexandria was on its second power play of the game. For Kennedy, his team leading 26th goal of the year. He is a senior captain for the Lakers. And then one of the alternate senior captains is Will Cymbaluk. And Cymbaluk got an assist, and that was his team leading 31st of the year. The penalty summary: Detroit Lakes had a couple of minors for 4 minutes. Alexandria 0 for 2 on the power play. Shots on goal in the opening period, according to the scoreboard numbers, Detroit Lakes had 4, Alexandria had 5. So Brady Schluter with 3 saves between the pipes in the opening period, and Griffin Lindbergh, the junior netminder for the Lakers, with a total of 5 saves in the first period. Again, we will have our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report later on tonight, in between the second and third periods of tonight's varsity boys hockey game. Right now on our platforms, including Leighton Media, KXRA Radio, and also through the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel, we enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinals sports programming.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Buildings.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Welcome back to Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, as we're getting ready to start the second period of varsity boys hockey. Detroit Lakes leading Alexandria 1-0. The first of the Minnesota State High School League state tournaments is this week. In fact, one is going on today. It's the State High School League's Alpine Skiing, the state championships at Giants Ridge in Biwabik. Then tomorrow and Thursday, you'll have the State Nordic Ski Racing Championships. And 3 representatives from Alexandria will be competing for the Cardinals at state. We wish good luck to Joran Dahl. He'll be representing the Alexandria Boys Nordic Ski Racing team at state on Wednesday and Thursday. And then we've got 2 members of the Alexandria Girls Nordic Ski Racing team, as Mila Warzeka and Brinkley Schmid will be competing for the Cardinals in the State Nordic Ski Racing Championships tomorrow and Thursday. So kudos to Mila Warzeka, to Brinkley Schmid, and to Joran Dahl on qualifying for state out of Section 8 last week when the section championships were held just a little bit north of Detroit Lakes up at Maple Log Resort. And Joran, along with Mila and Brinkley, will represent Alexandria the next couple of days at Giants Ridge in Biwabik for the State High School League's Nordic Ski Racing State Championships. Girls hockey is already working its way through sections. By the end of the week, we should know the 16 teams qualifying for state. Section 6A, which includes the St. Cloud Crush, Fergus Falls, and Sartell Sauk Rapids, their semifinal games are going on this evening in St. Cloud, where the Crush are facing Northern Lakes, and in Fergus Falls, where the Otters girls hockey team is matching up against Sartell Sauk Rapids. That section final for Section 6A will be in Alexandria at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center on Thursday night. Tomorrow night, the Section 8 AA Girls Hockey Championship game will be played at the Bemidji Community Arena. Regretfully, the Alexandria Cardinals will not be playing in that game. Alexandria made a strong bid to try to get to the section final. But, Jeff, you and I saw the game just 3 nights ago up in Moorhead, and the Moorhead Spuds got into their arsenal, and they came back for a 6-4 win, proving once again Moorhead can be a tough out in the postseason.
Yeah, they sure can, and I was trying to forget that game. Thanks a lot, D-Mac. But, no, it was fun following the girls. I think they had a great season. You can't, like I said that night, you can't hang your head for too long. I know it's a tough one to swallow, but on to next year already.
Yes, I need to share something with you about the Alexandria girls hockey team, but I'll share that with you off the air so we don't go closed circuit to everybody that might be tuning in. And I also need to share the same thing with JP. So another mental note, that could be for the ride home when JP and I are heading back to Alexandria later tonight. But anyway, it's 1-0 Detroit Lakes over Alexandria in boys hockey. 1 of 3 head-to-head meetings between the Cardinals and the Lakers tonight. The other 2 are in the sport of basketball. The girls' basketball game is being played down at Alexandria Area High School on the hardwood of Poland Court. Detroit Lakes in Alexandria tonight. And then just a little bit east of where we're situated, Kent Freeman Arena is on the west side of Detroit Lakes. The high school is a little more centrally located in Detroit Lakes, and that's where the Alexandria boys basketball team is playing the Lakers tonight. It's the only regular season meeting between Alexandria and Detroit Lakes for boys basketball. It's interesting because in boys basketball and girls hockey, Detroit Lakes and Alexandria play each other one time, and then in girls basketball and boys hockey, the Lakers and the Cardinals go home and away. So the girls basketball game tonight is in Alexandria. Alexandria won the earlier meeting in girls basketball up at Detroit Lakes, whereas Alexandria won the boys hockey head-to-head meeting earlier this year down at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. But again, that was a month and a half ago, nearly 2 months ago now. Since losing to Alexandria 3-2 on December 16th, Detroit Lakes has gone 12-5. Since that 3-2 Alexandria win, the Cardinals have gone 8-8. Both teams skating even strength as we start the second period. Alexandria goaltender Brady Schluter is now off to our left in the east goal, so the Cardinals will be flowing left to right here in the middle period. Here comes Easton Kennedy up the middle of the ice. He'll fire, and that one got blocked by Nick Schultz, and it gets played over into the corner. Now Sully Broughton trying to gain control. His centering pass broken up. Now intercepted, and it will be played by Will Cymbaluk over into the corner. Alexandria now looking to play it out, and the Cardinals gain control. Here comes Rogan Anderson sending it ahead, and I believe the pass eluded everybody, and we're going to have an icing and face-off forthcoming in the Alexandria zone. Looks like the Lakers will bring out their forward line of Lawson Justison, Henry Olsen, and Carter Whitworth. Alexandria will counter with the forward line of Evan Klimek, Miles Breitzman, and also Brody Berg. Face off to the right of the goaltender Schluter, and the puck is dropped, and Detroit Lakes Lawson Justison will go for the puck, but Alexandria comes away with it. Here is Evan Klimek getting a nice lead pass to Brody Berg. Berg now into the offensive zone. Will slide it back down low. And the pass a little bit wide for Will Draper. Detroit Lakes will regain control, but now Alexandria intercepts. Evan Klimek was trying to feed to Brody Berg, but the pass then intercepted back by Detroit Lakes. Early second period, it's Detroit Lakes 1, Alexandria no score. Our scoreboard updates of boys hockey tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now the Lakers will play the puck into the Alexandria end. Handling it here is defenseman Bauer Walter. He'll play it back out to Rhett Walter. And his shot whistled a little bit wide, and Alexandria will clear it the other way. And we have a second icing just 90 seconds into this second period.
I tell you what, that last shot that whizzed by Schluter, he didn't see that until he heard it off the wall. That's how much traffic, DL is putting out in front of him. So look for a lot of rebounds and crash in the net.
Grady Olson will battle for the faceoff here for Alexandria, matched up against Detroit Lakes Hank Schlotteroff. And now Alexandria gains control. Reed Putnam trying to play it ahead. But now the Lakers will work the puck back deep into the Alexandria zone. Brolin McPhail looking to play it around into the direction of Putnam. Now to Owen Klimek. Klimek got met along the wall and lost possession of the puck. Now Detroit Lakes trying to get it back. Here is Max Ducharme handling it for the Lakers. He'll play it over to Hudson Pettit. Pettit crossing center ice, and he'll slide the biscuit back into the Alexandria zone. Looks like the Cardinals have Nick Schultz as one of the defensive partners, and Brolin McPhail being the second. And they're joined by the forwards, including Owen Klimek, Reed Putnam, and I believe it's Will Thornburg. Yep, he's along the left wall digging for the puck here. Now it's played. Owen Klimek has it. He'll send it over to the right side to McPhail. His shot deflected, and then he shot from a tough angle by the Cardinals. Owen Klimek is saved by the goaltender, Griffin Lindberg. Now back behind the net, looking to play it out front. Here is Thornburg, and it gets poked away. Now Owen Klimek will jab at it here. Work continuing along the right wall in the Detroit Lakes zone. As we're about to move 3 minutes into this second period, it's Detroit Lakes 1, Alexandria nothing. Shot from the point here by Grady Olson is saved. Now Detroit Lakes will clear it the other way. Olson back to play it for Alexandria, ahead to Harlan Ream. Ream able to work in onside, and his backhander is saved by Lindberg, and then a little bit of a rebound, but Lindberg quickly pounces on it to make sure there's no follow-up shot.
Yeah, good pressure, good forecheck by Alexandria in that last series. They're able to move that puck out to the point and get those quick shots that don't allow DL to get in the way and block them.
Right now you have the Cardinals, Grady Olson battling for the draw, and Alexandria comes away with it. Here's Connor Wang firing on goal, and Lindberg will make the save. So Alexandria putting on some nice offensive pressure in the early minutes of this second period, searching for that tying goal. You've got Grady Olson, Harlan Ream, and Bennett Waldorf as your forwards on the ice, joined by defensive partners Rogan Anderson and Connor Wang. And now the puck back out at the blue line. Now it's going to be taken the other way. Easton Kennedy working in, trying to go high, but he fired wide of the net. Now it's going to be played back around and out of the zone. And now redirected here by the Lakers. Connor Wang will get it back for Alexandria, sending it ahead to Bennett Waldorf. Waldorf across center ice. He'll fire the puck into the Detroit Lakes end, as the Cardinals will try to reestablish their forecheck, but Detroit Lakes not allowing it. Here is Rhett Walter working his way up the ice, and then I think the ice gods got him, sending him to the surface, but then he quickly gets back onto his skates. Connor Wang coming the other way for Alexandria. And now the Lakers chip the pass out. Here's a possible odd player rush. Easton Kennedy to Will Cymbaluk, and then the pass to Cymbaluk goes off his skate. Now back out top. Here's Max Ducharme having it. Now a break the other way for Alexandria. Miles Breitzman working in. He'll stop from the face-off circle. His shot goes wide. Now the long rebound taken here. Cymbaluk will play it out of the zone over toward Kennedy. Easton Kennedy now into the offensive end, trying to drop it off for Cymbaluk. Cymbaluk will fire toward the net, and the save is made by Brady Schluter. Now Alexandria looking to play the puck out of the defensive zone.
Alex going to get a penalty here, D-Man.
Yep, and that's going to mean a pulled goaltender, as Lindberg will go to the bench for the extra attacker until Alexandria can touch up or until Detroit Lakes scores. Now we've got a shot attempt that got partially deflected. And now here's a shot, and the save is going to be made by Brady Schluter, and Alexandria will go shorthanded for the first time in tonight's game at the 5:14 mark of period 2.
I think it's going to be Putnam on a trip.
Yep, Reed Putnam will get the gate here. 2 minutes for tripping at 5 minutes and 14 seconds. So for Detroit Lakes, this is the Lakers' first power play chance of the night. Alexandria will go with Brody Berg, Nick Schultz, Owen Klimek, and Brolin McPhail for penalty kill. Detroit Lakes will have Wasson Justison, Henry Olsen, Carter Whitworth, along with Bauer Walter on the ice as one of the attackers, and Hudson Pettit. So 3 forwards and 2 defensemen, and now we've got a whistle.
We got a high stick, so it's going to go back. It's going to go at least in the neutral zone here. I think that's where the high stick happened.
So,
no, I'm sorry. It'll stay down here. I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, it happened in the neutral zone, but.
All right, so Alexandria getting a little bit of a territorial benefit here with the face-off in the Lakers' end. And Detroit Lakes will win the draw as Bauer Walter comes around. He'll skate with the puck across his own blue line, across center ice, now up ahead. And I think the Lakers had the puck go across both sides of the blue line, and when it went across the opposite end of the blue line on the neutral ice side, then the Lakers ended up being offside. Still a minute 36 to go in the Detroit Lakes power play. 11:22 is our time remaining in the second period. It's Detroit Lakes 1, Alexandria no score. Now the Lakers gain possession. Easton Kennedy now getting some shift time here, along with Rhett Walter. You've got Hudson Pettit still on the ice. Bauer Walter out there as well. And it might be Will Cymbaluk as the 5th player. Now Kennedy will fire, and he'll score. Oh my, does Easton Kennedy have the ability to finish off shots? He does it again, second time tonight. Goal number 27 of the year for the senior captain in Detroit Lakes. Just like that, doubles the lead with a second special teams goal. This one on the power play, and it's now 2-0 Lakers.
You know, it's just different, D-Mac, when that puck leaves his stick and when he has it on his stick and he's moving his feet, he's just a different player out there. He's really quick. He's skilled. That's probably one of the better players I've seen in an in an A class or on an A class team, I guess I should say.
Yep. So the Lakers, Easton Kennedy with his second goal of the night, and the Lakers now have a 2-0 lead. We'll find out who gets assists as we come back to the live action here. Alexandria buzzing into the Detroit Lake zone. Now the Lakers will come out with it. Here's a pass from Hudson Pettit that goes back. And here's a shot by Henry Olsen, and the save will be made by the goaltender Brady Schluter.
Good job by Schluter there. That was almost another odd man rush there for Detroit Lakes. But Schluter's held on to a few of those where if a juicy rebound pops out, there's going to be a white jersey there to put it away.
2 assists will be given on the second Easton Kennedy goal of the night. Will Cymbaluk will get 1, and then Hudson Pettit will get the other assist. So Cymbaluk has assisted on both goals this evening, and Pettit now has an assist, and it is 2-0 for Detroit Lakes. So the storyline of this game at Kent Freeman Arena, a little bit opposite of what happened down in Alexandria when the Cardinals actually built a 3-0 lead before Detroit Lakes got to within 1, but would get no closer in what turned out to be a 3-2 Alexandria win. Should the Cardinals prevail 3-2 tonight, it's going to be in comeback fashion. Here is Connor Wang being pressed in his own end here. Trying to get the puck ahead. Now the Lakers, Will Cymbaluk able to get to the biscuit. Sully Broughton now trying to do some work as well. Then Easton Kennedy has it. He's met along the wall by Wang, and now the Cardinals come away with the puck, chipped into the neutral zone for Grady Olsen. Olsen lost his stick briefly, but he relocates it very quickly. Pass goes up ahead. Miles Breitzman trying to track it down, but it's redirected the other way. Now a pass goes toward Kennedy. Kennedy got spun around and lost possession. Miles Breitzman's going to send it ahead. 2-on-1 developing here. Berg off, and a one-timer for a goal. Beautifully done there by the Alexandria Cardinals, and I believe it's going to be Evan Klimek, the captain, getting the connection there for Alexandria. And just like that, the Cardinals have cut the Detroit Lakes lead in half. It is now Detroit Lakes 2, Alexandria 1.
And I believe that was Brody Berg that set him up. That was a really, really nice 2-on-1.
So for Evan Klimek, it's going to be his 7th goal of the year. For Brody Berg, it's going to be his 10th assist of the year. Miles Breitzman is also going to get an assist on the goal. So 2 helpers for the Evan Klimek score. Brody Berg and Miles Breitzman. So Alexandria with that goal, now trailing by just 1, and the Lakers almost turn it over in their own zone. Brody Berg was trying to get a pass toward Evan Klimek, and it's taken here by Detroit Lakes. So we will not see a shutout tonight. That is now for certain. Now here is Evan Klimek trying to play the puck ahead, and I believe a caromed out of play off of the wall beyond the south glass here, so that's considered out. So a face-off will be coming up in the Alexandria zone. Now a little more than midway through tonight's game. We have played 8:33 of the second, meaning that we have 8:27 to go in the middle period. Detroit Lakes 2, Alexandria 1 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Now the puck goes into the corner, then back behind the net. Rogan Anderson trying to steer it ahead here for Alexandria. He's going to send it over into the direction of Nick Schultz. Those two on the ice, joined by Will Thornburg, Reed Putnam, and also Owen Klemick. Now the puck played by the Alexandria Cardinals. Here is Thornburg getting it ahead. Now off to Reed Putnam. Oh, a shot across. Owen Klemick's backhander missed the net. It went just a little bit wide to the left. Otherwise, we'd have a tie score here.
And Reed Putnam, he set him up, too. That was a very, very nice pass.
I tell you, if Owen would have had the finish there, we might have had our Culver's play of the game on the assist, but you can't give Reed the assist if the goal doesn't get scored.
Right.
So it remains 2-1 in favor of Detroit Lakes. Just under 8 minutes to go in the second period. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast tonight on our platforms, including Leighton Media, KXRA Radio, and also the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel, where you get the KXRA audio partnered up with the live video stream. JP Bolin is our video engineer, if you will, videographer on site here in Detroit Lakes. And along with JJ, Jeff James, I am DMAC, Dave McClurg with the broadcast call. Steve D is the main man at Master Control at KXRA Radio in downtown Alexandria. Cardinals searching for the tying goal. Back behind the net is Harlan Ream. He tried to play it out front. Now Will Draper's going to keep it in. He'll slide it around. It's going to come into the direction of Ream. Now a centering attempt, but nobody in front to receive it for Alexandria. Will Cymbaluk will play it ahead to Easton Kennedy. Kennedy now ahead, but his pass got intercepted. Connor Wang will lead it the other way for Grady Olson, who will tip it in to the Detroit Lake zone. Now it's redirected out of the zone by the Lakers, and I think we're going to have an icing call here. Stopping play with 6:48 to go in period 2. Detroit Lakes 2, Alexandria 1 in varsity boys hockey.
You know, Alexandria's had a couple of times there, DMAC, where that puck has come flying around to their bench when they're changing. I know they got away with one probably 2 or 3 minutes into the period where the entire DL bench was yelling for too many men, but you got to watch that, especially on these long changes in that second period.
Miles Breitzman will battle for the face-off against the Lakers' Lawson Justison. So it's the Breitzman, Berg, Evan Klemick forward line on the ice, joined by defensive partners Roland McPhail and Nick Schultz. Now the Lakers gain control. Here comes Hudson Pettit up the left side, trying to drop it off to one of his forwards. Now looking to take the shot is Carter Whitworth. That got deflected. Now Whitworth will play it back out to the point. Here's an elevated shot just over the net, taken by Justison there. Now McPhail battling for possession. Now Detroit Lakes was trying to walk from behind, and I think it may have been Henry Olson on the doorstep there trying to jab it in, and the save is made by Brady Schluter.
And I wonder if the shot before DMAC didn't catch some iron on the crossbar there, because the way that popped out, it sure looked like it hit something behind Schluter.
Yeah. So the faceoff will come to Brady Schluter's left. It's going to be Carter Whitworth and Evan Klemick battling for the draw here. And the Lakers do come away with it. Whitworth has it in the corner. Now works behind. He tried to center, and the pass got broken up. Max Ducharme trying to keep it in. Now he'll backhand a pass towards Schluter. Alexandria will look to cycle it around. We're now 11 minutes into this second period, under 6 remaining in the middle frame. It is Alexandria trailing Detroit Lakes on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard 2-1. Puck comes into the direction of Griffin Lindbergh, and while he stops it, we can give you some of the things that are necessary for us to give you, such as what we call the station ID. This is People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app. And you're watching tonight's coverage with the KXRA play-by-play on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Here is Alexandria controlling the puck briefly after the face-off, but now the Lakers' Bauer Walter tries to play the puck ahead. It's going to come back into the Alexandria zone. Here is Rogan Anderson trying to work it up, and now the Lakers intercept. Will Cymbaluk was trying to get it in the low slot area, but the Cardinals come away with it. Will Thornburg up the side into the slot area. Backhander deflected wide by the goaltender Griffin Lindberg. Cardinals seeking the tying score here. 2-1 for Detroit Lakes as we move into the late stages of period number 2 at Kent Freeman Arena. And now an Alexandria player got tripped up and no penalty. Sully Broughton comes away with the puck. He's going to send it up to Easton Kennedy. Kennedy bringing it out front, and that got intercepted. Alexandria possible 3-on-2 the other way. Will Thornburg right side, his backhander intercepted. Detroit Lakes is going to clear it the other way, and I think this is going to go far enough for icing, although Easton Kennedy was giving it the A-plus effort to try to track it down. He could not touch the puck before it went across the opposing team's goal line area off to the right of the net.
He's just getting ready for next year when you can win those races down to the other end and then nullify the icing.
So the face-off will be coming up to the left of the goaltender Lindberg. Lawson Justison and Harlan Ream for the draw. Puck goes over into the left corner. Looking to battle for it is Henry Olsen for Detroit Lakes. Now it's going to be intercepted. Harlan Ream cycling it over into the direction of Benna Waldorf. Ream, Waldorf, and Grady Olsen are your three forwards on the ice at the moment for Alexandria, joined by defensemen Nick Schultz and Will Draper. Now the Lakers come away with it. Here comes Hudson Pettit, and I think he's looking to center. And now Whitworth getting to the puck here for Detroit Lakes. Now it's going to be played out of the zone by Alexandria. The Lakers will look to get back on side as we go under 4 minutes remaining in the second period. It's Detroit Lakes 2, Alexandria 1 in varsity boys hockey. The Lakers coming in at 15-9-1 on the year. Alexandria, meanwhile, coming in at 11-12. Dr. Landon Olsen's Cardinals have won 3 straight games to get to within the 500 mark. Now over in the left corner in the offensive zone, Harlan Ream gets it to Miles Breitzman, out to Nick Schultz. He'll fire on net, and Lindberg able to make a stick save. But off the stick save, the deflection goes out of play, and we'll have a face-off forthcoming in the Lakers' end. Time remaining now in the second period is 3 minutes, 27 seconds. Don't forget, coming up between the second and third periods of tonight's game, we'll have our mid-game report brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods of Alexandria. Live, love, local. Shop Eldon's Fresh Foods. Third in Nokomis, Alexandria. Miles Breitzman battling for the draw against the Lakers' Brody Bender. And now it's going to be played the other way. Quick shot, save made. Another shot attempt, this time by Bender. I believe goes wide and gets deflected out. So we'll now have a face-off forthcoming in the Alexandria end.
Yeah, DL got a little bit of an assist there from the referee, as that was definitely going to be icing, but it ended up clipping him a little bit and held it up enough.
So the face-off will be coming to Brady Schluter's left. Owen Klimek will look to win the draw here, and I believe he'll be matched up against Hank Schloteraff for the Detroit Lakes Lakers. And the Lakers do win the draw. Shot attempt from the point by Bauer Walter goes a little bit wide. Now Alexandria will play it out of the zone. Nick Schultz sending it ahead back into the Detroit Lakes end. The Lakers looking to redirect, but the Lakers turn it over. Here's a shot by Miles Breitzman, and the save is made by Lindberg. Now the puck going the other way for the Detroit Lakes Lakers back into the Alexandria end. We have now played more than 14 minutes of this second period. 2:35 and the clock is rolling here in this second period. Alexandria down by a score of 2-1, though the Cardinals were the last team to score. Here is Connor Wang back behind the net. Sending it to Evan Klimek. It comes out top to Schultz. Now across. Here's a centering attempt intended for Wang, and that got broken up. Now back at the point. Schultz will fire. Tip by Brody Berg goes a little bit wide. Now a battle along the wall. Detroit Lakes trying to play it out. Schultz keeps it in for Alexandria. Now the one-timer by Connor Wang got blocked by one of the Laker players. I believe that was defenseman Rhett Walter. Now the battle for possession along the wall. The Lakers are going to sweep it out of the zone. It's going to come all the way back as we go under 2 minutes remaining in the second period. to this point unofficially in the game. The Lakers have been outshot by Alexandria 13-8, but Detroit Lakes has converted 25% of its shots. Alexandria fewer than 10% of its shots tonight. 1 goal on 13 shots, 2 goals on 8 shots for the Lakers. Now here's Easton Kennedy. He's got both of the goals tonight for Detroit Lakes. Now it's going to be taken by Alexandria. Nick Schultz sends it ahead. Will Thornburg has it up the right side. Thornburg being kept wide here by Hudson Pettit. Puck gets cycled around. Now Rogan Anderson trying to play it in front. Now a wraparound attempt by Will Thornburg. That goes a little bit wide. Now the puck over along the right wall. And we're moving into the final minute of the second period. Now the puck along the wall, and Detroit Lakes is going to get it out. Coming back the other way here, it's a shot that's whistled wide off the stick of the Lakers' Will Cymbaluk. Now Easton Kennedy will try to play it back in. He gets met at the blue line, and Alexandria regains control of the puck. Here's a pass going a little bit wide, and it's going to be taken here by the Lakers. Now Harlan Ream will try to redirect it, but it's taken here as Carter Whitworth has it. Comes to Ducharme, now in front towards Cymbaluk, and that got played back behind the net. Down to 15 seconds to go in period number 2. Detroit Lakes goaltender Griffin Lindberg will slow things up. Now the puck goes back to neutral ice. We have a stick without an owner on the ice at the moment here, but I think that stick will eventually find its way to the appropriate bench as the horn sounds, ending the second period. So each team scores once in the middle frame, and with 17 minutes remaining in regulation time, this one is up for grabs. But right now, the host Detroit Lakes Lakers lead the Alexandria Cardinals by a score of 2-1. Our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report follows these words on our late media platforms, including KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. Let's take this time out.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Through 2 periods of varsity boys hockey at Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes, the Lakers, playing their last regular season game of the year, lead Alexandria by a score of 2-1. For the visiting Alexandria Cardinals, it's their last regular season road game of the year. The Cardinals will have one more home game before the start of the section tournament, and that will be Friday night when Monticello visits the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center for a 7:15 varsity drop of the puck. Here, Detroit Lakes has scored a goal in each of the 2 periods. Alexandria had its lone score in the second, and the Lakers have a 2-1 lead over the visiting Alexandria Cardinals. Along with our videographer, J.P. Boline, and my broadcast partner, Jeff James, Dave McClurg welcoming you to the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. And, I'd say the grade is mixed right now for the Alexandria boys hockey team. Yeah, it was unfortunate. They gave up the shorty in the first period. It's interesting. We've had 1 shorthanded goal, 1 even strength goal, and 1 power play goal.
Right.
Right now, I think Detroit Lake Special Teams has been a prime factor as to why the Lakers have the lead right now.
It has been, and it's it's been on the back of Easton Kennedy, and he's just a really good player, D-Mac. I mean, that's where those Tier 2 players, that's what they do on teams. So but I think it's been a good game for Alexandria. I mean, for me, that second period was a lot of just throwing punches back and forth at each other, not literally, but figuratively. It was kind of a stalemate if you're scoring the fight, but Alexandria has done a lot of good things. They've put a lot of pressure on DL, but DL has just really been able to have that one player really kind of break the back of Alexandria to this point.
Well, you look at Easton Kennedy. He came into the game as the Lakers' leading scorer. He will average more than 1 goal a game through the regular season here because this is game number 25, and even if he was held scoreless, he'd be at 25 goals, but he's tacked on 2 more. So, the guys who have been factored into the scoring for Detroit Lakes, most notably Easton Kennedy and Will Cymbaluk, they're the 2 top scorers for Detroit Lakes. I think Cymbaluk now has 32 assists on the year, and that far and away leads his team in that category.
And 2 of our high score people have tallied up to get the Alexandria lone goal. So it's one of those situations where you're big players come up in big times, and Alexandria is going to need a little bit more from their squad here in the last 17 to come out and get a win here. It'd sure be nice to get to 500 and then possibly end above 500 at the end of the week, but one step at a time here.
Jeff, before I go through the scoring recap, you want to know these 2 strangest trivialities of the night so far?
I would love to.
Okay, the players that have been involved in scoring the goals, ironically, have the initials of EK. And then the first assist on each of the 3 goals scored tonight were accumulated by players wearing jersey number 11.
There we go.
So those are the strange but true anomalies of the recap so far. Of course, the EK, who has found the back of the net twice for the Lakers, is Easton Kennedy, senior captain for Detroit Lakes. He scored his team-leading 26th goal shorthanded at the 14:53 mark of the hockey game. Will Cymbaluk, who wears jersey number 11, got the assist. And then Kennedy scored again, this time on the power play at 6:04 of the second period to increase Detroit Lakes' lead to 2. Cymbaluk got an assist, as did Hudson Pettit. And then less than 2 minutes later, Alexandria got on the board, making it 2-1 for Detroit Lakes. And the EK for the Cardinals is Evan Klemek. the captain for Alexandria, and he scored his 7th goal of the year. The player wearing jersey number 11 for the Cardinals who got an assist was Brody Berg, and then teammate Miles Breitzman. And honestly, if you want to use number 11, you can multiply that by 2 and get Miles Breitzman's jersey number, which is 22. And Breitzman was able to accumulate his 8th assist on the Evan Klimek goal. So it went from Evan Klimek with the score, Brody Berg, and Miles Breitzman with the assists at 7:52 of the second period. No further scoring since.
And the goal scorers are captains. I don't
They
know
are.
if you said that, but that's another little common denominator there.
Yep. So what the information we share
is just coming out like crazy.
Yes, I know.
We're a wealth of knowledge.
The veritable fountain of triviality tonight. That's me, D-Mac, along with JJ, my broadcast partner this evening. Penalty summary in the game. Alexandria 1 penalty for 2 minutes. Detroit Lakes is 1 for 1 on the power play. The Lakers 2 penalties for 4 minutes. Alexandria is 0 for 2 on the power play and gave up a shorthanded goal. Shots on goal in the second. Alexandria had 8 for a 2-period total of 13. Detroit Lakes had 5 for a 2-period total of 9. Brady Schluter has made 7 saves between the pipes so far for Alexandria. His counterpart, junior Griffin Lindbergh, has made 12 saves. These teams will be skating 5-on-5 when the third period starts, and that comes your way in just minutes as Alexandria is seeking a comeback win. The Cardinals are down 1 at 2-1 through 2 periods of play in boys hockey. That is your Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. Right now on our Leighton Media platforms, including Leighton Media, KXRA Radio, and the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. We enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
Life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Start of the third period of high school boys hockey inside Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Once again, reintroducing the people helping to bring you tonight's broadcast. First of all, at KXRA Radio in downtown Alexandria, The main man at master control, that is Steve D. On site here at Kent Freeman Arena, we have our videographer, J.P. Boline, and the commentators include myself, Dave McClurg, and my broadcast partner, Jeff James. Detroit Lakes has a 2-1 lead over Alexandria with the start of the third period now just moments away. We will feature more sports play-by-play this Friday night. We'll be back in the 218 area code. Actually, it's going to be Friday afternoon, because that's when the Section 8AA Team Wrestling Tournament begins at the Hive inside Perham High School. Alexandria got seeded 7th for the Section 8AA Team Wrestling Tournament. The Perham Yellow Jackets are seeded number 1. Defending section champion Dilworth Glendon Felton is seeded number 2. The Minnewaska Lakers are seeded 3rd. Thief River Falls is seeded number 4. Alexandria will compete against Fergus Falls at 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon at Perham High School in the opening round. The winner of that match will then move on to face Dilworth Glendon Felton in a section quarterfinal. All 4 rounds of the Section 8AA Team Wrestling Tournament will be contested on Friday at the Hive at Perham High School. We will feature all of the Alexandria Cardinal Wrestling competition, whether that's 1 dual meet or as many as 4. If Alexandria wants to win the section title in wrestling, the Cardinals will have to go 4-0 and likely have to beat maybe a 2-3, a 1 seed, a 2 seed, and a 3 seed to do it. It's not impossible to go on to state as a number 7 seed, but again, you're going to be put into a bracket that will include 2nd seeded DGF and 3rd seeded Minnewaska. And both of those opponents already have head-to-head wins against Alexandria during the regular season. Tom Ellison will be joining me for the broadcast on Friday afternoon over at Perham High School. J.P. Boline will be on hand to do the live video. Our coverage on our platforms, including Leighton Media, KXRA Radio, will begin around 1:30 Friday afternoon with the Jutna Motors pre-match show. And then it's Alexandria versus Fergus Falls at 2. The winner of that match would face Dilworth Glendon Felton around 3:30 on Friday afternoon. Then next week, 1 week from tonight, the first Alexandria Boys Hockey game in the Section 8AA tournament. The Cardinals' opponent is to be determined, but JJ, if Alexandria can do some good things this week, again, build on that 3-game win streak that they have right now, maybe they can jockey themselves for a more favorable seed. I get the feeling the Cardinals are going to be on the road to start the Section 8AA tournament next week, but if you can move further away from that 7 or 8 spot, it would be a good deal.
Absolutely, and that's what they got to be looking ahead for right now, because you know your games against your section opponents are done. So it's more about building the resume than it is the head-to-heads and things like that.
Yeah, Alexandria does have a win against Detroit Lakes. That was 3-2 down in Alexandria back on December 16th. Since then, the Lakers have gone 12-5. Alexandria has gone 8-8. Both teams skating at even strength. Again, if you're just joining us on our YouTube channel, Detroit Lakes has the light-colored white jersey tops with the red breezers, red numerals, and the letter D on the front of the Lakers uniform. Alexandria, the dark jerseys with the black jersey sweaters, black breezers, the Alexandria logo on the front of the Cardinals uniform, and white numerals on the sleeves and on the back of the jersey. And the Lakers have already gotten at least one shot on goaltender Brady Schluter, and I think we had a
pipe there,
yep,
crossbar.
Lead shot there, if you will, and the puck caromed out of play. Alexandria does have forwards Miles Breitzman, Brody Berg, and Evan Klimek on the ice, joined by Captain Nick Schultz, and I believe his D partner is Rogan Anderson. Detroit Lakes wins the draw, and the Lakers' Max Ducharme will play it over into the right corner. Now Easton Kennedy looking to work his way in, and he got into the slot area, and his shot was saved by Schluter.
Yeah, nice, calm save there by Schluter, because those are a little nerve-wracking too. Will they go short? Will they go long with those wraparounds? And Brady just waited him out.
Will Cymbaluk and Evan Klimek battling for the draw here, and the Lakers are able to come away with it. Hudson Pettit will backhand a pass over into the left corner. Connor Wang trying to play it ahead. Wang along with Will Draper are the defensive partners on the ice here. Now it's Xander Bergeson getting some shift time for Detroit Lakes. Plays it out now to Ducharme, and Ducharme's shot goes wide. Alexandria plays it out of the zone, but now Cymbaluk gets it back. And Detroit Lakes is able to get into the zone onside. Pettit's going to fire, and then he sent it across. Cutting to the net was Kennedy, but he got slowed up. Now another centering attempt. Schluter able to slide the puck away with his stick. Now Alexandria working it up into neutral ice. Detroit Lakes has gotten the territorial advantage right away in the third period, but the hosts have been unable to build on their 2-1 lead. Now Will Draper is going to play it the other way, and the icing gets waved off. Detroit Lakes will regain control. Here comes Carter Whitworth up the middle of the ice, now floating to the right side. He'll fire, and the save is made. Long rebound. Now Will Thornburg has it. Could develop into a 2-on-2 as Reed Putnam is the trailer. Thornburg trying to get it to Putnam. Now the Alexandria Cardinals try to get some possession time in the offensive zone. Here's a shot that gets whistled a little bit wide off the stick of Owen Klimek. 2-1 Detroit Lakes. We are early in the third, a little more than 2 minutes gone by. Owen Klimek has it back out top. Now to Nick Schultz. Then cross, and the centering attempt got deflected. Now Brolin McPhail will try to send one toward the net. That goes wide. Long rebound to Schultz. Now it's back down low. Here's the centering attempt. Shot, save made on a point-blank chance by Owen Klimek. Now back out top. Schultz will fire, and that one's going to be deflected, and it will be saved here by the goaltender Griffin Lindberg.
Boy, we've had some good flashes of goaltending here in the third period so far.
Yep, Brady Schluter on the opposite end for Alexandria. Griffin Lindberg here for Detroit Lakes. Lakers are going to come out with their potent forward line of Will Cymbaluk, Sully Broughton, and Easton Kennedy. Meanwhile, Alexandria counters with the Bennett, Waldorf, Harlan, Ream, Grady Olson forward line. Ream battling for the draw. Detroit Lakes, however, gains possession. Kennedy has Cymbaluk off to his right, and Kennedy's going to pull the trigger, and he has scored a hat trick. And let's see if a Fedora or two is going to find its way onto the ice. And
looks like oh, there we go.
Yep, there goes the first cap onto the ice as Easton Kennedy, the leading goal scorer for Detroit Lakes. He's got a marker in every period tonight, and he has scored in 3 different ways. Shorthanded, power play, and now an even strength goal. Max Ducharme will get the assist on the Easton Kennedy goal. For Kennedy, his third of the night and goal number 28 on the year. So Alexandria trailed earlier in this game by 2, and now will look to overcome a second 2-goal deficit. Alexandria has not been even since Detroit Lakes scored almost 15 minutes into the game. Now here is Ducharme sending a shot a little bit wide. Detroit Lakes has come out and outshot Alexandria 6-2 in the early minutes of this third period. Now Rogan Anderson's going to play it up to the blue line. It comes out of the Alexandria zone. Lakers need to get back on side. Couple of players get tied up, and now Alexandria is going to sweep the puck the other way. Icing will be the call, and we'll have a face-off in the Cardinals zone.
I think Harlan Ream might have got away with a little bit of a grab and tug on Easton Kennedy.
Yeah, you don't think they were trying a dance move there?
I don't, no.
So that one goes by the boards. Hank Schlotteraf and Evan Klimek battling for the draw. The Cardinals come away with it. Here comes Miles Breitzman up the right side, working his way behind the net. He's going to play it out top. Nick Schultz shot got deflected. Detroit Lakes is going to take it the other way. Here comes Schlotteraf playing it ahead into the Alexandria zone where Nick Schultz has it. Now he gets met along the wall. Oh my! And a little bit of a breakdown as Riker Zimmerman is able to bring it out front. And the Lakers score again. And Detroit Lakes now has a 4-1 lead.
And that's one of those ones, D-Mac, where you have to take care of the puck. Just a simple turnover behind the net ended up being almost an impossible save for Schluter. I don't even think he realized that Nender was there.
Yeah, I believe Brody Bender should get...
Bender, sorry.
Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah, I had a typographical error on that one. Brody Bender, and it's his first varsity goal. He is a sophomore for Detroit Lakes. And Riker Zimmerman will get the assist, and that will be his third of the year. So Detroit Lakes starting to gain a little more control of this one. Now in front of Alexandria 4-1. Here's a shot, and a save is made as Connor Wang was able to put it on net for Alexandria. Third shot of the period for the Alexandria Cardinals. Detroit Lakes has put 7 shots on goal to start this third period of play. Now the Cardinals, Evan Klimek has it. It's going to be sent over to Brolin McPhail, now toward Owen Klimek. Now a battle, Reed Putnam trying to gain possession of the puck, and it's going to be gained by Detroit Lakes. The Lakers, Easton Kennedy coming up, and he has it along the left wall, and now is going to slide it into the direction of defenseman Bauer Walter. It comes back to Kennedy, now looking to fire, and here's a shot, and it's tipped in. And Detroit Lakes is starting to pour it on here in the third period. It is now the Lakers 5, the Alexandria Cardinals 1. And I believe this finish will be for the junior forward, Henry Olsen.
Yeah, and that tip happened way out, and Schluter just didn't see it because he was ready to slide across, and it ends up hitting the top bar and basically bar down.
So the Lakers have come out with all sorts of offensive energy here in this third period, and as a result have put a crooked number on the board. 3 goals in barely 5 minutes of game time, and it's now 5-1 for the Lakers. Easton Kennedy will get an assist, and for Kennedy, his 17th helper of the year. So Detroit Lakes has now scored 5 goals tonight on a total of 17 shots. So their conversion percentage is up around 30% on the night. 5-1 for the Lakers here. Now Alexandria has Harlan Ream gaining possession of the puck. He'll skate in. Ream will fire. That one goes a little bit wide. It's Ream along with Grady Olson as a couple of the forwards on the ice. Miles Breitzman getting to step onto the ice. Brody Berg now joins them as Alexandria makes some player personnel changes. And here is Breitzman trying to weave his way through, but he's tied up here by Max Descharme. Now Evan Klimek, getting to the puck. It comes out to Schultz. Now to Wang, and his shot gets deflected over into the left corner. Alexandria has put 4 shots up on goal here in the third period. Detroit Lakes has doubled the amount of shots, but more of concern for the Alexandria Cardinals. 3 of those 8 shots have resulted in goals for Detroit Lakes. It's 5-1 for the Lakers with 10.5 minutes to go. Now here's a feed ahead. Evan Klimek has it, sending a nice pass across here. Now a centering attempt back toward Evan Klimek from Putnam. Now the net is open as Griffin Lindbergh is scrambling around and manages to gain control as the Lakers possess the puck back behind the net. Rhett Walters sends it now to Bauer Walter, and then it's going to be played up into neutral ice. We're now 7 minutes into this third period, under 10 to go, and it's 5-1 for Detroit Lakes. It's the Lakers' regular season finale for Alexandria, game number 24 of 25 during the regular season. Now Connor Wang has the puck for Alexandria. He'll skate across center ice, slide the puck into the Detroit Lakes zone. Alexandria will need to put on a rally, and the time is getting limited to do that. Reed Putnam handling the puck. Now it's Putnam getting it back. He'll send it out. Here's a shot into traffic as Will Draper fired toward the net. It may have gone off the back of Connor Wang. The Lakers are going to play the puck out of the zone. Putnam will go back to retrieve it for Alexandria, sending it up toward neutral ice, toward Connor Wang. And he'll play it back in. Alexandria changing personnel here. Looks like Grady Olson, Owen Klimek, and Will Thornburg are the forwards on the ice here. Here's a clearing attempt. That got intercepted by Lawson Justison. His shot is deflected. Now a battle for the puck along the back wall here. Now Will Thornburg getting to it, but Hudson Pettit has it. He'll fire from the point. That one blocked by Grady Olson. It goes into the corner. Now along the wall, it's going to be played out by Alexandria. We're midway through the third period. A period that on the scoreboard has been dominated by the host Detroit Lakes Lakers. They have a 5-1 lead over Alexandria, as the Lakers are trying to get an 11th win in the last 13 games overall. Again, since these teams played in Alexandria before Christmas, Detroit Lakes has played very well. Here's a shot by Grady Olson that goes a little bit wide. Cardinals have now outshot Detroit Lakes 19-17 in the contest, but again, the Lakers have a sizable goal advantage at 5-1. Under 8 minutes now to go, third period. Now here's Hudson Pettit playing it out. And a little bit behind Carter Whitworth. Coming the other way is Brody Berg. He fires a little bit wide. Now it's going to be Easton Kennedy tracking the puck down for Detroit Lakes. Lead pass eludes everyone, and icing will be the call. Stopping play with 7:36 to go in period number 3.
Yeah, and for Alexandria now, it's time's starting to really work against you being down 4, but just get the next one. You know, have a little bit of momentum, if nothing else, for Friday night.
Yeah, that's right. There's still another opportunity, I guess. The last resume builder after tonight for Alexandria prior to the section tournament will be against Monticello on a Friday. Here's a shot fired a little bit wide by Brolin McPhail. Now here's another shot that got tipped in front of the net, and I believe it goes out of play. And we'll have play stopped with 7:19 to go in the third period. Detroit Lakes in front of Alexandria on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in boys hockey. It is 5-1. Now the Lakers, Brody Bender will try to work the face-off, and it ends up being a shot and a goal. The Cardinals are going to score, and I think that might be senior Miles Breitzman.
It was. It went right over the glove, right up into the corner. You could see it directly from our angle.
Well, I don't know if Miles directly heard you, JJ, but the good vibes you had there seem to have translated, because Alexandria did indeed score the next goal.
There you go. Now let's get another quick one.
Okay. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. Say, how about making Miles Breitzman score our covers play of tonight's game?
That sounds good.
I think it's only appropriate. Miles Breitzman, doing a nice job this year for the Alexandria boys hockey team. One of the upperclassmen for Alexandria. It's going to be his second goal of the year, and I jabbered right through the assists, so I did not get who got the helper on the Breitzman goal, but it's going to be Miles Breitzman with our covers play of tonight's game. So it's now Detroit Lakes 5, Alexandria 2. Still time to go. But Detroit Lakes, Hudson Pettit will work the puck into the Alexandria end.
There's been some broken sticks tonight, D-Mac.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cash.
Right, yeah. That's the heavy investment there.
Right.
So now here's Reed Putnam trying to play it ahead. Nick Schultz with his skate trying to lead the puck up the ice. And now Owen Klemek's going to try to battle for it. And it's going to be played along the wall. I think, and now Nick Schultz, I think, lost his helmet here. So he was without stick and now without headgear. But
that's just some bad luck.
Right. And now he gets them both back.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
And I think he's going to retreat over to the bench area here.
And he'll get the two pieces that used to be one piece back as well here.
Right.
Broke up by the hand. That's a real weird place for it to break.
As we get set to resume action, it looks like Alexandria is going to have the forward line of Harlan Ream, Grady Olson, and Bennett Waldorf on the ice. Rogan Anderson and Connor Wang will be the D partners out there as well. Face off to the left of goaltender Brady Schluter, and the Cardinals come away with the draw. Grady Olson is going to send it now over toward Schultz. Or I'm sorry, Connor Wang. Wang now will drop it off for Rogan Anderson, who sends it across to Grady Olson. Can the Cardinals find another goal here and tighten the score up? Let's find out. 5-2 for Detroit Lakes. Our scoreboard number is brought to you tonight by Glenwood State Bank. Now here is the Lakers' Sully Broughton playing the puck in. The Broughton, Will Cymbaluk, Easton Kennedy forward line is on the ice. Now jabbing at it is Broughton.
There's another broken one.
Yep, another shaft
Wow.
just staying there on the ice here. And now we've got a pass up ahead. Played off the wall, and now Easton Kennedy gets it back for Detroit Lakes. 5:20 to go in regulation time. It is 5-2 for Detroit Lakes. And, oh my, Brady Schluter able to make a nice save there. You know, that one was played off the left wall, JJ, and it looked like Easton Kennedy was firmly in front of Brady Schluter. That was almost like a blind save.
Right, absolutely. And, yeah, it was a lot of traffic. And it looks like Alexandria is going to get Harlan Ream to go to the box here.
Yep, second penalty of the night for the Alexandria Cardinals. That's going to come at 11 minutes and 45 seconds of the third. I did not see the indicator. Was it a rough or?
I think it was, because that's what happened right after the play. It was after the play.
I think
interference?
I think
Okay.
a slash.
Slash?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks, JP.
I'm glad somebody's paying attention.
All
here.
I saw when I looked up was the X. I didn't see the motion.
So the public address announcer confirms what J.P. Moline was able to inform to the guys describing the game. Ream off for slashing at 11:45. And Detroit Lakes is 1 for 1 on the power play tonight. Let's hope that's a D-Mac Jinx in reverse. Now the Lakers, Easton Kennedy has it. Kennedy, Will Cymbaluk, Bauer Walter on the ice. You've got Rhett Walter on as part of this power play, and the Lakers are unable to keep the puck in the zone. I think Hudson Pettit is player number 5. Alexandria for penalty kill has Brolin McPhail along with Bennett Waldorf, Miles Breitzman, and Nick Schultz. Schultz guarding in front of the goaltender, now out at the point. Kennedy sends it to Will Cymbaluk. Then back to Kennedy, now across to Rhett Walter. The pass goes a little bit wide, and the play breaks down a little bit, but now the Lakers, Rhett Walter gets it back. And it comes out. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the game. It's 5-2 for Detroit Lakes on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity boys hockey. Will Cymbaluk has it. Now Bauer Walter will fire in front. The pass got tipped by Bennett Waldorf over the net. Now Bauer Walter trying to track it down. Easton Kennedy has it. He'll send it to Cymbaluk, and then his pass gets intercepted. It'll be redirected the other way by Miles Breitzman. About 25 seconds remaining in the power play, and the Lakers are whistled for offside. So 3:39 is the time remaining now in period 3. And if this lead holds up for Detroit Lakes or doesn't get wiped away completely, the Lakers will go into the playoffs at 16-9 on the year. Alexandria will be denied its bid to get back to 500. Dr. Landon Olson's Cardinals were 11-12 coming into tonight's game. But the Cardinals need to find 3 goals in basically about 210 seconds or less. Now a clearing pass the other way. Most of the remaining penalty time for Harlan Ream will expire, so the D-Mac Jinx in reverse seemingly ends up working here. I did point out that Detroit Lakes was 1 for 1 on the power play at the start of that current power play, which is now gone. So the Lakers' batting average on the power play just dropped 500 points here, from 1,000 to 500. Now back into the Alexandria zone. Connor Wang looking to control the puck here for Alexandria. He'll send it over toward Bennett Waldorf. Now a pass up ahead to Owen Klemick with Grady Olson working in. Klemick was trying to connect with Grady Olson, and the pass went over into the right corner off the stick of somebody. Now it's Bennett Waldorf gaining possession of the puck. Back out top. Here's a shot and a goal!
There we go.
Connor Wang fired it from out near the point. He may have gotten credit for the goal. We'll wait and see, but Alexandria is not done yet. It's now Detroit Lakes 5, Alexandria 3. I think Wang was the first one to go through the handshake line, so indeed he may have gotten his 6th goal of the year.
Just what they needed, 2:33 here now, two goal difference.
Yep.
Probably look for Schluter to go to the bench pretty quick here for Coach Olson, especially if they get some zone time, offensive zone time.
And even though we have not been mentioning it consistently tonight, we thank Quali Real Estate for bringing you our instant replays.
Assisted by number 19, Bennett Waldorf.
Bennett Waldorf will get an assist on the Connor Wang goal. Alexandria works the puck back into the Detroit Lake zone. Lakers will break out. Here comes Kennedy. Past the defense. He fires, and a save made for Brady Schluter. Now let's see. We'll keep an eye on the Alexandria net, but the Cardinals need to get the puck out of the zone. They do play it up to neutral ice, and now it comes back. Grady Olson will send it ahead. Now for Will Thornburg. Here goes the goaltender Schluter to the bench for the extra attacker. We go under 2 minutes remaining in the third period. Alexandria now with 6 skaters on the ice. Grady Olson with the puck for Alexandria. He's going to send it down low toward Evan Klimek. Now looking to battle Evan Klimek again. Now the Lakers gain possession. Easton Kennedy is going to send it ahead. Now Connor Wang will backhand it up toward Nick Schultz. Now it's going to come to Will Thornburg. Thornburg into the offensive end, gets met along the wall by Max Descharme. Again, the Alexandria net at the opposite end is open as the Cardinals are playing with an extra attacker. We're down to 80 seconds to go. 5-3 in favor of Detroit Lakes. Schultz will send it across. Here's a shot into traffic. Now back behind the net, the puck goes. It's going to come over toward the left wall. Connor Wang will try to keep it onside. He's going to fire it down low. Ducharme will cycle it, but it's going to be kept in the Detroit Lakes end. Will Thornburg trying to do some work along the wall here. Last minute of regulation time. Centering pass. Brody Berg fires, and he scores!
Wow.
The Cardinals score again. The captain, Brody Berg, finds the back of the net. And that's 3 unanswered goals for Alexandria. And now it's Detroit Lakes 5, Alexandria 4.
49 seconds, not a ton of time, but still enough time to get something moving and get Schluter to the bench again.
For Brody Berg, it's going to be his 12th goal of the year. And we'll see who's going to get the assists. Dr. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Cardinals, will take the timeout.
His goal is assisted by number 21, Alec Klimek, and number 8, Williams.
2 assists will be given on the Brody Berg goal. 1 will go to Evan Klimek, fellow captain, and the other will go to Will Thornburg.
That kind of put the kibosh on the sound in this building.
Right, yeah. So now it's 5-4, so Alexandria has made a gritty comeback after trailing earlier 5-1. 3 unanswered goals for the visiting Cardinals have made this one really tight. Don't forget, once we wrap up our play-by-play, we'll have our post-game report brought to you by Jutner Motors of Alexandria. I'll have the opportunity to go downstairs to visit with one of the Alexandria Cardinal hockey players. And we'll have a scoring recap and much, much more straight ahead when Jutner Motors of Alexandria brings you our post-game report. Alexandria will have the 5 skaters on the ice: Grady Olson, Brody Berg, and Evan Klimek, along with Nick Schultz and Connor Wang. Goaltender Brady Schluter standing outside of his cage as Alexandria gains possession of the puck. Connor Wang will backhand it into the Detroit Lake zone, and now the Lakers will be whistled for icing.
What a great opportunity there for Alexandria to get a offensive zone face-off. Got Schluter out of the net.
Yeah, this would be something if Alexandria can find one more to make it 5-5. It's Grady Olson, Brody Berg, Will Thornburg, Evan Klimek, Nick Schultz, and Connor Wang, the 6 skaters on the ice. Again, the Alexandria net is now open. 6-on-5 for the Cardinals. Big face-off draw. It gets played into the corner. And here's Scramble for the puck along the right wall, and it's going to be knocked down by Schultz. He's trying to feed it to Will Thornburg, and now Brody Berg comes away with it for Wang. Firing in a goal! Oh, my! The Cardinals have come back from 4 down.
Wow.
And we're tied 5-5.
Who said there wasn't enough time at 7 whatever?
Oh, my goodness. It is an even-Steven game now. Alexandria 5, Detroit Lakes 5.
Wow.
I think Connor Wang pulled the trigger there, and the Cardinals get the equalizer at 16:38 of the third period.
Wow.
Wang with his
Wow.
second goal. Nick Schultz will get the assist. Again, an extra attacker goal. And now it's 5-5, so my goodness, we have 10 seconds to go in regulation time, and would you believe it, 51 minutes is not going to be enough to determine the winner of this game. And Alexandria nearly got a centering
almost
pass
had a chance
at the end of regulation time, so a stirring comeback for Alexandria after the Cardinals fell behind 5-1. With under 8 minutes to go. In fact, it was 5-1 Detroit Lakes 5 minutes into this third period, and it was looking like the Lakers were going to cruise to win number 16 on the year, and Alexandria closed with 4 goals in the last 7 minutes, 15 seconds of the game. 2 of those scored with an extra attacker in the last minute of the game, and Alexandria has pushed this into overtime. The Cardinals and Detroit Lakes are now tied 5-5 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. What a comeback for Alexandria. And it's interesting, I think earlier in the third period we made the Miles Breitzman goal, our Culver's play of the game. Who knew that that was going to trigger a 4-goal rally?
Right. Well, it's got to start someplace, and it started right there.
Yep, and now we put 8 minutes of time up on the clock. If we do not have any scoring in this 8-minute overtime session, then the game will end as a tie. Detroit Lakes has 1 tie this year. Alexandria has no ties. But I think the Cardinals thrilled that this one has found its way to an extra session. Now Alexandria is going to flow left to right in the overtime session. The Cardinals have never led in this hockey game. Detroit Lakes led 1-0 after 1 period, increased the lead to 2-0 in the second. It was 2-1 Lakers going into the third. And then we had 7 goals scored combined. Shots on goal entering overtime, now 24 for Alexandria, 20 for Detroit Lakes. 5-5 our score, extra time on the clock. Free hockey here on our Leighton Media platforms, KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. Now the Cardinals go back to work the puck out of their zone. Sully Broughton in, trying to feed it in front for Easton Kennedy, who's got a 4-point night for Detroit Lakes. He got stonewalled. Now Alexandria trying to go back the other way. Brody Berg, Evan Klimek, and Miles Breitzman are your forwards on the ice right now, joined by D partners Connor Wang and Nick Schultz. Now Kennedy going the other way, trying to go coast to coast. Slides in. Penalty's going to be coming, I believe. Let's see.
It's going to be on Connor Wang.
Yep, and it's going to be a tripping call, so Detroit Lakes is going to get a power play chance 40 seconds into overtime. So the Cardinals were able to kill off a penalty earlier in the third period when, ironically, Alexandria trailed at the time by a score of 5-2, and they're going to have to kill off another penalty. Detroit Lakes will start with Hudson Pettit, Easton Kennedy, Red Walter, Will Cymbaluk, and Bauer Walter on the ice. Alexandria will have Will Draper, Nick Schultz, Owen Klimek, and Bennett Waldorf for the penalty kill in front of goaltender Brady Schluter. Again, if you just joined us, Alexandria roared back from a 5-1 deficit with under 8 minutes to go to force overtime, and we're tied at 5. Again, this is a Detroit Lakes team that has won 10 of its last 12 games. The Cardinals staged a dandy comeback, but now Detroit Lakes on the power play. Now Cymbaluk has it. He's going to send it to Easton Kennedy. Kennedy back to Cymbaluk on the right side. Now it comes back. Will looking to fire. Nope, he fakes, sends it down low, and then it's going to be broken up. Cymbaluk has it back. Kennedy will fire, and that one got deflected, and it goes over the glass out of play, and we'll have a face-off coming up again in the Alexandria zone.
They're really, and why wouldn't you? They're really trying to focus on getting that puck to Easton Kennedy up on top. Let him dish it out, or
Well,
take that shot.
I get the feeling if the Lakers find a goal, Easton Kennedy's going to be involved in it.
For sure.
Let's hope Alexandria can keep that goose egg on the board in overtime here and keep this at 5-5. Lakers have possession. It's Bauer Walter with it. Off to Will Cymbaluk. Cymbaluk into the slot. His shot got deflected away. I think Nick Schultz in front may have partially blocked that shot.
Yeah, Alexandria's doing a really good job of blocking shots here in this PK.
6:44 remaining in the overtime. 1:24 remains in Detroit Lakes power play. Now you're going to have Miles Breitzman and Brody Berg out for penalty kill. Nick Schultz and Roland McPhail, I believe, are the D partners on the ice. Face off to the left of Schluter, and the Lakers win the draw. Easton Kennedy sends it over to Bauer Walter. Walter has it on his stick right now. Alexandria kind of setting up a diamond in front of Brady Schluter. Now Cymbaluk has it to Easton Kennedy. High slot area now to Cymbaluk. Then down low, then it comes across. Now Kennedy to Cymbaluk again. Cymbaluk will feed it down low and then back out, and the pass goes in between Bauer Walter and Easton Kennedy, much to the delight of the Alexandria faithful, because that will churn some penalty time away. Now down to 45 seconds to go in the player advantage. 5-5 our score. We're now 2 minutes into the overtime. Now back out. Here's Bauer Walter sending it ahead toward Hudson Pettit. Now in for Rhett Walter. And now Pettit looking to locate it. He's going to cycle it over toward Bauer Walter. Out to Easton Kennedy. Kennedy in the slot area feeding it across. Now a one-timer. That got blocked. And again, I think it was Nick Schultz that may have gotten on a blocked shot. Bauer Walter has it along the left wall. Down to about 10 seconds to go on the power play. Here is Bauer Walter working in, feeding across, and a save made. Then a little shove by Hudson Pettit against Will Draper after the whistle. Now down to 4 seconds to go on the power play. Detroit Lakes getting a shot on goal here, but Brady Schluter able to keep everything in front of him. We're now 2:36 into the overtime. Again, Alexandria trailed with less than 8 minutes to go in this game, 5-1. Yet we're in OT now, tied 5-all.
Yeah, what a PK there by Alexandria. They've just done everything that they have needed to do in order to keep this tied up here in overtime.
Lawson Justison and Harlan Ream will battle for Miles Breitzman battling for the draw, and off the face-off, a shot attempt gets deflected. Now the Cardinals back to full strength. Here's the scramble in front. The puck gets cleared into the left corner. Alexandria trying to play it out. Now a possible break the other way. Miles Breitzman is going to send it to Evan Klimek. Now off to Berg. Then a one-timer by Breitzman, and that got steered over into the corner. Now Detroit Lakes regains control as we're 3 minutes into the overtime. Tied at 5. Now a lead pass intended for Carter Whitworth. Alexandria back on defense. Connor Wang will send it across over toward Roland McPhail. Now to Brody Berg, then to Evan Klimek. He tried to fire toward the net, but Bauer Walter will intercept for Detroit Lakes. He's the sophomore defenseman who's a 24-point scorer this year for the Lakers. We're now 3.5 minutes into the overtime, remaining tied 5-5. Now the Lakers trying to maintain possession of the puck. It comes across over toward the left half wall where Reed Putnam has it. Lead pass ahead. That went off of Will Cymbaluk's stick all the way to the goaltender Griffin Lindberg, and Lindberg will make the save. We should point out Griffin Lindberg, 15-6 record on the year. His goals against average pretty solid at .246, but excellent save percentage at .917 coming into the game. So to put 5 goals on the board against him, a very worthy feat for Alexandria.
Yeah, real good accomplishment.
Including 4 in the final 7 minutes and 15 seconds of regulation time. Alexandria overcame a 4-goal deficit to get this into OT, and now the Lakers a little bit sloppy at getting the puck out of their own end. Here is Will Thornburg back behind the net. A backhander got blocked by Detroit Lakes. Thornburg will try to track it down along the right wall for Alexandria, trying to feed toward Owen Klimek. Now Owen Klimek has it to Putnam. Putnam along the goal line. Then he got spun around, still trying to locate the puck. The Lakers have it back. We're now 4+ minutes into the extra session. Now Alexandria's Nick Schultz will fire, and that one got blocked. Will Cymbaluk will try to track the puck down. Now Bauer Walter has it for Detroit Lakes. Walter will feed to Easton Kennedy. Kennedy off now to, I believe, Will Cymbaluk. Cymbaluk working in, back behind the net. He'll play it out front. Here's a shot, and that got tipped. I believe blocked there. Miles Breitzman, or actually Harlan Ream, rather, trying to steer it ahead. Now it's ahead. Bennett Waldorf to Grady Olson. Olson to Waldorf. His shot saved by Lindberg as the Cardinals were going for the win. Now a redirect the other way by Detroit Lakes, and offside is going to be called on the Lakers. Stopping play with 2:57 to go in overtime as we remain tied. Alexandria 5, Detroit Lakes 5 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard.
That was a pretty setup down there by Olsen, but it was just a little tight and gave Lindberg the opportunity to just make himself big in the crease there.
Face-off outside of the Alexandria blue line. Evan Klimek and Lawson Justison battling for the draw, and the Cardinals do come away with the puck. Now it's going to be intercepted as it's taken here by Henry Olsen. Now the puck along the left wall. The Cardinals trying to work it out. Detroit Lakes able to keep it in. Now Alexandria regains control. Here is Will Draper handling it. He'll cross center ice and put one on net. And Lindberg's going to hold on to it as it looked like Miles Breitzman was coming in. So that allows us to let you know that you are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria. 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through your Voice of Alexandria app. Thank you for watching our live broadcast coverage tonight on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Along with our videographer, J.P. Boleen, and my broadcast partner, Jeff James, I'm Dave McClurg. Here's a shot by Miles Breitzman off the face-off that got blocked. Now the Lakers will regain control. Here comes Henry Olsen up the right side. He'll fire on Schluter, who will make a save. Shots for the night now, 27 for the Alexandria Cardinals and 23 for Detroit Lakes.
To be honest with you, D-Mac, I didn't think we'd get anywhere near these shots after that first period.
Yeah, that's right.
Things have really opened up.
Yeah. I think even after 2 periods, Alexandria had a shots on goal advantage of 13-9. Now I think Ben Noah, the head coach of the Lakers, may take a timeout here. We're going to keep it right here with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the OT. Again, Alexandria roaring back from a 5-1 third period deficit, scoring 4 unanswered goals, including the last 2 with an extra attacker on the ice, meaning that the Alexandria net was open. Brody Berg scored one of those goals with 49 seconds left to draw Alexandria to within 1. And then Connor Wang scored the game-tying goal with just a couple of ticks over 22 seconds remaining in regulation time to get this game into the extra session where we are at right now. 27 shots on goal for Detroit, or for Alexandria, 23 for Detroit Lakes. Right now it's a 5-5 tie game. And the Cardinals have not been involved in a draw this year. 11 wins, 12 defeats, no ties. Detroit Lakes has 1 deadlock this year to go along with 15 wins and 9 defeats. The Lakers will come out with Bauer Walter. I think you've got Easton Kennedy on the ice. Carter Whitworth is out there. Will Cymbaluk is out there as well. And defenseman Rhett Walter. Alexandria has Reed Putnam, along with Connor Wang, Nick Schultz. Owen Klimek is on the ice, and Will Thornburg. 2:15 to go in the overtime. Alexandria trying to control the draw. Connor Wang back behind the net. Now gets tied up. Puck goes over along the right wall. Backhanded attempt by Detroit Lakes, never made it on target. Now the Lakers trying to bring it out. Here is Bauer Walter sending his shot a little bit wide. Now it's going to be played along the wall here. And not a whole lot of activity as the puck now does come free and Alexandria gets it. Connor Wang coming up the left side. He scored 2 goals as part of that third period rally. Oh my! Here's a shot by Wang that got stopped, and then their long rebound led to an open net, and Lindbergh was a little bit slow in covering it, and that almost led to a possible scoring chance for Alexandria. Now down to 1:20 to go. Bennett Waldorf in the offensive zone. Feeding it now to Grady Olson. Now out. Here is Carter Whitworth with the puck for Detroit Lakes. Ahead now to Easton Kennedy, and he got tied up and was never able to get a shot off. We're about to go into the final minute of the hockey game. It'll be the 59th and final minute overall. Don't know if we'll need to use the full minute. Right now we remain tied. Alexandria 5, Detroit Lakes 5. We've got a stoppage as the puck did go out of play. Alexandria will bring back onto the ice Brody Berg, Owen Klimek, Miles Breitzman, and defenseman Nick Schultz, along with Will Draper. Face-off outside of the Detroit Lakes blue line, and the Lakers do win the draw. Here is Max Ducharme handling the puck, crossing center ice, and he'll slide the puck in. Nick Schultz has it for Alexandria. He'll look to skate out with it. He'll send it off the wall, trying to direct toward Miles Breitzman. Broken up, though. Coming the other way is Hank Schlotteraff for Detroit Lakes. Now battle for possession in the corner, and the puck kept in by the Lakers' Max Ducharme. Now it comes across, centering attempt into traffic. The puck off to the left of the net. Now it goes back behind the net. Half a minute remaining in the overtime. Here is Miles Breitzman handling it for Alexandria. He's got some room to roam. Now he comes into the offensive zone. He looks to send it off. Brody Berg back to Breitzman. Now it's going to be redirected over to the wall. Bauer Walter has it back. Last 10 seconds of the game here. Walter trying to weave his way through. He got tied up. There's going to be a penalty, but there's only 3.5 seconds remaining in the game here. So
in the grand scheme of things, that might have been one of the best penalties taken.
Right, yeah. You don't mind going short-handed here as long as it doesn't result in a penalty shot. But it's going to be a holding call there. And let's see who's going to get the penalty for Alexandria. It's going to come to Nick Schultz at 17:57. Well, sometimes leadership comes in various forms.
Right.
And for Nick Schultz, holding that player up, preventing him from getting a possible game-winning goal, that might have been a game saver there. Again, 2.5 seconds to try to drain off the clock before this one goes into the books. And now the puck goes into the corner, and the horn sounds, and we have no additional scoring in the extra session. I believe both teams put 4 shots on goal in the overtime, and then no saves as the Alexandria Cardinals roar back. They don't get a win, but Alexandria is not going to go home bummed either. This ends in a tie, the first deadlock of the year for the Alexandria boys hockey team. Again, a stirring comeback for the visitors, down 5-1 with under 8 minutes to go. Yet Alexandria closes out regulation with 4 unanswered goals, and no scoring in overtime means this one ends with a final of Alexandria 5, Detroit Lakes 5. With the tie, the Cardinals now 11-12-1 on the year with 1 regular season game to go. Detroit Lakes will go into the playoffs with a final regular season mark of 15 wins, 9 defeats, and 2 ties. Alexandria goes 1-0-1 against the team that places second in the Central Lakes Conference this year. The Cardinals had a win and a draw against the Detroit Lakes Lakers. So again, this one has gone final. 5-5 the score at Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes. We invite you to stick around. We're going to take a break. I'll head downstairs, and we are just moments away from our post-game report, brought to you by Jartner Motors of Alexandria. Right now on our platforms, including Leighton Media, KXRA Radio, and the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. Let's enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinals sports coverage.
Hello. Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community. As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
We welcome you back to Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes for our Jartner Motors postgame report. The Alexandria Cardinal Boys Hockey team doesn't secure a win, but they don't go home with a defeat. Alexandria roars back with a stirring third period rally, scoring 4 unanswered goals in the final 8 minutes of regulation time, and Alexandria comes home with a 5-5 tie. Now, I believe we've got some Cardinal hockey players that are going to be working their way through here, but while they're doing that, we're also going to be doing our post-game interview segment as part of our Jutner Motors post-game show. Our thanks to Jutner Motors in Alexandria for bringing you our post-game report. We've got J.P. Boleen, our videographer, along with Jeff James as our broadcast partner. D-Mac down on ice level right now to get together with one of the Alexandria Cardinal players of tonight's game. He is defenseman Connor Wang. Our interview feature is being brought to you by Quality Toyota Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? You can check out their selection anytime at qualitytoyota.net, or the next time you visit Fergus Falls, you can find their showroom on West Lincoln Avenue. And Connor, first of all, great to be reconnecting with you. I know I talked to you during the football season as well, but for those that are listening to the radio right now and don't have sight of watching the YouTube channel, when you suit up on game night, what is your number in terms of the number on your jersey sweater?
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, just look down on your sleeve. What's the number?
20.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I know sometimes I don't get the words out quite as I should, but will you look to continue with jersey number 20? I know you've got your senior year ahead.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, my dad had it throughout his sports career, so I just thought he would pass it on to me, and I'll just continue to wear it.
Connor, I know that you scored half of the goals in the four-goal rally in the third period. What does it say about your team that you're able to, come back? It was not looking good. It's 5-1, and you're more than midway through the third period when that comeback begins. But what did your team show in this comeback to get the 5-5 tie?
That we're able to be resilient and, just battle through adversity. We had some tough ones going into the third, but we never gave up there and able to get 4 in. So.
As you were playing out that game in the third period, obviously 7 of the 10 goals in the game were scored in that 17-minute span of time. But was your team doing some things better than maybe they weren't doing in the first 2 periods of the night?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel like we got pucks to the net more. I mean, the second period, it was really tough getting pucks to the net. They kept blocking shots. But in the third period, towards the end, the only reason we were able to tie it there is because we got pucks to the net and we were screening the goalie. So.
Yeah, and, I believe the last 2 scores came in the final minute of regulation. I think your goal, the second one, trimmed it down to 5-4. Are you able to describe what the feeling is among the players at the bench, as those goals are starting to come in? Are you sensing that the guys are really getting fired up?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel like once we got that 4th one in, we thought that we could do this and we could get that 5th one in. So, yeah, the guys were definitely really excited.
We are getting together here with defenseman Connor Wang, our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete player of tonight's game. He would score 2 goals on the night. Alexandria would score the last 4 in the game as the Cardinals overcame a 5-1 deficit and earn a 5-5 tie. Connor, this now makes 4 straight games where Alexandria's had a win or a tie, so the undefeated streak goes on a little while longer. What would you attribute as to, why this team has been able to turn things on a little bit in the last couple of weeks right in front of the section tournament?
I just feel like we had to switch up our attitude a little bit. At the beginning of the year, we were doing pretty well, so we may have got a little cocky there. But towards the end, we had to just work harder and, yeah.
Yeah, are you, when you talk about a change in attitude, is it just, the work ethic that you and your teammates are showing in practice, the mood on the bench? Or is it a combination of things?
I think it's a combination of things. Definitely we had to change the work ethic in practice. That translated to on-ice games. And also the mood on the bench, once, towards the third period in this game, we had to really, step it up there so we could get everyone excited and just ready to go. So, yeah, I feel like that definitely had an effect on the result of this game.
Detroit Lakes came into this game having won 10 of their last 12 games, so this is not a pushover that you were able to stage the big rally against. Do you feel that, having an outcome like this, even though it's not a win, can that give you and your teammates even more confidence that, yeah, we can go out and compete with whoever's coming up on our schedule, even in the section tournament?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's just a hard work kind of thing, and we just got to keep playing how we're playing and not give up. So
Do you feel, Connor, that your team's getting closer to playing that best game of the year? I when I talk with Dr. Olson, your head coach, I say that each of these regular season games are almost like auditions that you're doing for a final exam, and then your postseason in essence is the final exam. Do you feel that the best hockey from the Alexandria Cardinals can still be played?
Absolutely. I feel like we've only played our best periods through either the first was really good and then the second and third wasn't as good, but if we can put that all together and get a full really good game, we would be unstoppable. So
Connor, I know you've got one more game at home on Friday night. What would you like to see your team come out and do against Monticello in that last regular season tune-up before the playoffs?
I'll just say play hard the whole game, don't let up in the second and third, and start off really strong in the first. So
very good. Connor, I'll talk to you a little bit when we get into the break, but thanks so much for the comments after the game. Fun comeback. I feel really good for you and your teammates, and have a safe trip home, and good luck on Friday night.
Absolutely. Thank you.
There is Connor Wang, our quality Toyota Alexandria Cardinal player of tonight's game. He would score 2 of the 4 third-period goals as Alexandria rallies to earn a 5-5 tie in Detroit Lakes. We're going to take a break, and we'll have more of our Jottner Motors post-game report after we enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building. Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service.
But kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
In tonight's boys hockey game, but I tell you what, the Alexandria Cardinals were down 5-1 with less than 8 minutes to go in this boys hockey matchup. And did not lose the game. It ends up a 5-5 overtime tie. First tie of the year for Alexandria, and the Cardinals are now 11-12-1, having gone 3-0-1 in their last 4 games. And Jeff James, they still have an opportunity to finish at 500 when they go back home to play Monticello on Friday.
And that's what you wanted to ask for when we hit that stretch where we, had a few games that put us under that mark. But, this game tonight, D-Mac, has got to feel almost like a win for the kids in that locker room and the coaching staff to be able to not give up. 7:49, I think, was the number that they had left in the third period, and they're down 4 goals and end up coming just storming back to tie this one up. I think that shows a lot of character in the boys in the black tonight.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard me when I was wrapping up off the air with Connor. I said, it's tough to say congratulations after a tie,
right?
But I just felt so good for him and his teammates. They really worked hard.
They did, yeah.
And I even brought it up with Coach Landon Olson ahead of our broadcast tonight as part of our Jutner Motors pregame show. And, we've seen this periodically this year that Alexandria is a team that has the ability to battle back. We covered the home game against St. Michael Albertville on the Monday before Christmas, and I know that the Knights won that game in overtime, but Alexandria trailed 3-0 in regulation time and rallied to get that game tied up. This is I think the St. Michael Albertville home game, this game at Detroit Lakes, and probably even the game at Sauk Rapids the other night where, the Cardinals surrender the lead to the Storm, and there seemed to be a lot of woofing among the, players on the ice when that game was going back and forth. And then I think Alexandria may have closed out the game with the last 4 goals or something like that to win down there 8-5. But, they're now stacking some good performances together. And, honestly, when you get to the Section 8 AA tournament, you can't worry about projecting. Maybe the Moorhead Spuds are the only team that has the luxury of projecting, but I'm sure John Ammerman's going to have his team focusing, we got to take care of the business at hand, and that's really what the playoffs are all about. You just have to go out and do well that night.
And I know it's very cliche, but when you get into the playoffs, records don't mean anything. I mean, it's one night, play, win or go home. And if Alexandria happens to get Moorhead, that might be a David and Goliath matchup, but you can't even look ahead to that right now because Monticello's still on the horizon, and you just need to take care of business there, let Saturday's vote happen, figure out where you're going to go on Tuesday.
Any interesting things that stuck out to you in the post-game interview in the last segment with Connor Wang?
No, just his thought process about we do need to continue to just keep going, and we're – I think we've seen this all year long where they've talked about where they take a period off, and I'm not – I guess I don't know so much if they did that in the third, when a lot of those goals happen. Sometimes it just happens like that. There's been several times where they've given up 2 or 3 goals in a really short stretch, but, just – him saying and realizing that, they're owning it there and they know that they have to work harder. They know that they have to do better, and they've really started to turn it around. I just wish we could get those boys to not have to turn that button,
Right.
Just get out there and do it. But, I'm just, again, it's another team that, I've been proud to follow this year.
So it ends up a 5-5 tie. Again, Detroit Lakes led most of the game. Alexandria never had a lead in this game, but the Cardinals still come home with a tie, and they go 1-0-1 against Detroit Lakes in the head-to-head matchups this year. Again, that turns out to be the second-place team in the Central Lakes Conference here in 2025-26. So for the Cardinals to go 1-0-1 against that particular opponent, nice feat for the Alexandria boys hockey team. Let's go through the scoring recap here. Detroit Lakes got the first 2 goals, and both were special teams goals. A shorthanded score for Easton Kennedy back in the first period, his team leading 26th of the year. Will Cymbaluk got an assist. And then at 6:04 of the second, the Lakers scored on the power play. Kennedy with his 27th of the year at that point. Cymbaluk got his 32nd assist, and Hudson Pettit had an assist as well. Alexandria trimmed into that deficit with an Evan Klimek goal at the 7:52 mark of the second. That was Klimek's 7th of the year. Brody Berg and Miles Breitzman earned the assists. And going into the third period, it was anybody's game at 2-1. And then all of a sudden, all sorts of offense. I think the teams combined for 22 shots in the third period, and combined they scored 7 goals. The first 3 for the Lakers to increase the lead to 5-1. Easton Kennedy with an even strength goal to complete a natural hat trick. He scored the first, second, and third goals of the night for the Lakers. His 28th of the year came at 2:41 of the third. Max Ducharme got an assist. Then it became 4-1 for the Lakers when Brody Bender got his first varsity goal. Riker Zimmerman got the assist. That was at the accelerator again and made it a 5-1 game. Henry Olsen with his 7th goal of the year at 5:03. Easton Kennedy getting an assist. So for Kennedy, it ended up being a 4-point night for the Lakers. But then Alexandria started to launch the comeback. At the 9:45 mark of the third, Miles Breitzman was able to put a shot past goaltender Griffin Lindberg. We ended up making that our covers play of the game, and boy, really that had some meaning because we didn't know it at the time, but that would trigger a 4-goal rally for Alexandria. The Cardinals then drew to within 2 with about 2.5 minutes to go. In fact, I believe 2:23 was remaining on the clock when Brody Berg was able to score it was Connor Wang that scored his 6th goal of the year, the first of his 2 goals in the third period. Bennett Waldorf was able to gain an assist. Again, that was at 14:37. And then Alexandria was able to manage the game to get it into a pulled goalie situation. The Cardinals spent much of the last 2 minutes of regulation time with 6 attackers on the ice. That paid off when Berg was able to score with 49 seconds remaining. It was his 12th goal of the year. Evan Klimek and Will Thornburg got assists. And then Alexandria took the timeout after making it a 5-4 situation with Detroit Lakes still holding the lead. The Cardinals won a face-off. In fact, it may have been our post-game guest, Connor Wang, that was able to backhand a pass into the Detroit Lakes zone, which allowed Alexandria to get Schluter back out of the cage for the extra attacker. So, just one of those, underlying factors that kind of resulted in what happened when Connor Wang scored the game-tying goal with 22 seconds. He took a shot from the point and, made it a 5-5 game. Nick Schultz got the assist for Connor Wang, his 7th goal of the year. 5-5 at that point. Alexandria then got a centering pass right at the end of regulation in the slot area, but unfortunately the Cardinals were not able to get off a shot. Both teams had 4 shots on goal in the extra session, but nobody could find the game winner, and it ends up being a 5-5 tie. Shots for the game, Alexandria with 28, Detroit Lakes with 24. That means Brady Schluter makes 19 saves out of 24 Detroit Lakes shots. Griffin Lindberg ended up with 23 saves on 28 Alexandria shots in this game. Penalty summary, Detroit Lakes had 2 minors for 4 minutes. Alexandria had 4 minors for 8 minutes. Detroit Lakes would end up, in essence, going 1 for 3 on power play opportunities. The last Alexandria penalty came at the 7:57 mark of overtime. So basically the Cardinals drained 3 seconds of clock while playing shorthanded to drain the game out. Alexandria was 0 for 2 on power plays, giving up a shorthanded goal. Detroit Lakes, in essence, 1 for 4 in its power play chances. So, Jeff, I know that you and I will have another opportunity to follow the Alexandria boys hockey team, not till next week when they begin in the Section 8 AA tournament. But again, I think Alexandria in some ways will be playing with some house money. You look at that Section 8 AA record, it's only 1-7, and that's not going to excite a lot of people. But, at that point, when the section tournament begins on Tuesday, everybody's 0-0.
That's correct. And, Alexandria's played a lot of those games. A lot of that, 1-7 schedule was tough, though. They played some tough games in there where it could have went either way. The St. Michael Albertville game, there's some games in there that I think that could have easily tipped the scale so that Alexandria wouldn't even be flirting with like an 8 seed. And and they still might not end up there. We don't know. It's all a vote, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's section season. We just kind of went through a bummer with the girls, and now we're on to the boys here. So we'll see what happens.
I know a couple of other interesting numbers that may come out. It'll be interesting. Between the Warriors and the Spuds there, you would expect that Moorhead would, in spite of having to go to Brainerd, would be a favorite there. And then obviously if Alexandria can find a way, if they can put together a good performance against a Monticello team that I think has some aspirations.